Hello, I'm ABX Toycat, and welcome back to another live stream on the internet. Did that intro just get cut off? I'm not sure. But what I am sure of is the fact that it is I, the Minecraft Ocelot thing with the live stream thing where we say words, and people often play Minecraft while they watch. Which, if you have never tried, by the way, apparently people enjoy that because, again, like game, play, talk. What's not to love? But what isn't to love is my mountain, because it's not entirely covered in Netherrack yet. You can see how beautiful and majestic it looks when it is covered in Netherrack, and then you can see the ugly kind of bold spots. The bold spots we intend to fix in today's live stream. This is the last one. By the end of today, it'll be entirely Netherrack covered, besides a circle at the top we're going to be turning into a Netherworld kind of thing. It's going to be a lot of fun, and join me on the journey. Or don't, you know, that's your decision, isn't it? Isn't that nice? Look at me giving people choices. So, yeah, speaking of choices, why is this the last time, says Sunny Do? Because I thought this would be like a one, maybe two stream project, but I made a very deep underestimation of just how many it would really take. Honestly, like, working in a mountain's kind of hard, but that's why my goal here today is, like, keep things simple. We're going to be just kind of working on the side as we go here. It's hard to work out what should even be included and what not, but I guess anything above the torches from the desert should start to be considered this. And then later, if that looks ugly, we can replace them with glowstone. So that we still keep the desert lit, but we can still do this. Or maybe we don't even need it. We just never rack it up. We don't need that. But yeah, it's going to be simple. It's going to be easy. And during the meantime, we can talk about the holiday season. Because fun fact, it is every now and then there's someone who's like, hey, Toycat, did you know that other holidays are available? And you know, I would like to point that one out. That in fact, yes, there are lots of choices in festive holiday for the end of the year. And you might be curious about that one actually, because it took me so long to work out, like, what is it about December that makes it significant? Because obviously, if you're a hardcore, you know, like believer, you'll be like, oh, it's because my religion's big thing happened that day. But the reason is because we live in a very, call it Eurocentric, but like we live in a heavily European culture, and because Europe is so far north relative to the equator, our like Decembers get very dark. Yeah, like basically, the further north you go, the darker your winters get, and the lighter your summers get. Like in you know how like wait, you know how every single December, or is it September? When is the point where it starts getting dark? Also, thank you, Brody Privet, for the tip. I appreciate it. You know, it's Christmas has passed, but your generosity is not.
Drink water, 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 drink water.
For you, Jack Cuff, I will drink water. For you, Jack Cuff, I will do that. But yeah, it's like, so if you like during the darkest time of the year, like that's like the, you know, like darkness and depression do link together. A lot of people get like seasonal depression. A lot of people like it's a real link. I didn't believe it for a long time, but like I can see it. And so like this is the time of the year where like everyone's at their darkest, and we know one of the simplest ways to like fight depression. In fact, one of you know, like we act like talking to people is a good like solution for depression, but it's really the other way around. It's that like depression is the absence. It's like no one says, you know what the solution to being hungry is? Eating food. Do you know what the solution to being thirsty is? You gotta drink some water. Like, those aren't solutions, those are just making the problem go away. And, like, depression has very strong links to, like, our social abilities. Because, you know, if we were living out in a caveman life, being depressed in nature has, like, a really, you know, again, like, I don't know, like, I like to always see, like, the why was something designed kind of aspect. And the cool things about most things to do with humans is, like, there's either an accidental invention or an on-purpose invention. And, like, depression makes a lot of sense. It's like, you know, if you were, like, expelled from your tribe, if you had no friends, and you lived in a cave, you lost your cave, now you're done for, right? Also, thank you very much for the tip. Jeff Watkins, your modern-day Sisyphus. Sisyphus? By the way, by the time you finish, an update will delete all the Netherrack. Toycat is very, yes, stay hydrated. Indeed, you should all stay hydrated. But, like, you know how, you know, like, saying stay hydrated, good solution when, like, people get, like, hungover after drinking alcohol, because being hungover is like a dehydration thing, right? I know that that's, like, what people say, and I know that it's, like, facts, but I'm also like, you know what? That sounds like something that would be a wife's tale, but also, Just because it's true doesn't mean it doesn't sound not true, you know? It's like insert the moon landings here. Francis Depo, are you gonna light your Netherrack with fire instead of torches? Have a great day, my dude. I was considering using fire because I did that for the Nether, and maybe I just should because it's like a more beautiful way to do it. But I also think there's like a certain charm to putting torches on anyway. Tell me if you disagree. I don't know who this what our drink is, but they sound wondering. What? I get it. Very funny, Uwu Brookie. Also, do you have any thoughts on your 2020 bad haha tweet you made? Call me insane, but I think it's conditioning for worse to come. Here's Toycat tax for existing. It's always confused me, the idea that people, like, it's obviously like a coping mechanism, I hope, for most people. But there are some people, like, it's an easy conversation topic to be like, hey, you know what's bad? The year. Like, if you pick something that has no defenders, it's a very easy thing for everyone to, like, join in hating. Like, who's going to be like, no, actually, 2020 was a really good year. It's like, no, the good and the bad things about 2020 happened because of people, or because of you and, the, you know, like, the circumstances are unrelated to the year. And so if something really great happened to you this year, something really great did happen to me this year. I gave birth to a child. The child is very long, and he is a boy, and he's available for 3 more days. They extended it for a few days for reasons I'm not too sure of. But, like, you can get a long boy. I gave birth to a child this year. Man, I should have confused people more with that. You know, missed opportunity. Missed opportunity. I'll do better next time, chat.
I had leftover cookie dough in the fridge, so I decided to make weird shapes. Baking in my oven are cookies that are supposed to look like a fetus, Yoda, the poop emoji, and a punk rocker with a mohawk. Here is your allowance.
See, I love cookie... First of all, leftover cookie dough... I've only, like, a cookie dough is such an American thing that I love. Like, I recently found some in a British supermarket, and I was like, I am in love with this. This is the greatest. I am enjoying this. Also, you got married this year. I didn't realize, Cat Beanie. See, 2020 was good to you, but you don't go to yourself, no, 2020 was a really good year. You say, actually, good things happened to me in 2020. When you pick things that, like, no one's... Like, picking targets that no one's defending is like an easy way to, like, you know, like, finding consensus amongst humans is very hard. So we just find things like, if you attack, like, you know, if we say, like, hey, here's my opinions on what's a super divisive issue. I think that you know, pandemics are good, actually. You know what, keeps the weak one, you know, like, finally we can get rid of all those darn vulnerable people. You know, there we go. There's a controversial opinion that is not unheld by people. And, like, you know, when you can attack people who say it, and then they're gonna be like, well actually, here's what, you know, like, most people, no one goes around thinking they're an evil person, right? And so once you get into defenses, and then you get into, like, actually having to debate a thing, whereas just having easy targets, do you know what's bad? Murder. I am anti-murder. I have got this brave stance where if someone's being murdered, I would like that to stop happening, please. Yeah, homemade. I love me some cookie dough. I made fresh. Again, I think my cookie dough came on Christmas Eve. I don't know if I said this, but because the UK went into, like, scary. Who knows what's happening? Better panic buy mode. Again, recently I couldn't get food delivered, and so I got it delivered, like, right before Christmas, and so I had some cookie dough that over the last few days, because I've been gone a few days. Chat, I've missed you. I've been gone a few days. Over those days, I've just been eating a lot of cookies. Because who doesn't love cookies? You know, if you don't love cookies, I found the non-human among us. Pandemic accelerated people's acceptance of technology in their lives. Yeah, again, this is like being a dead horse is like, who's going to defend it? One of the things that is very common now, is, like, one of the things is deemed to be true is, like, you know, business travel, the idea of going somewhere just to speak to someone when you could just have a phone call. Like, very big corporations, it's hilarious. If you look at, like, a multi-billion-dollar corporation, the amount they'll spend on travel will, like, shock you. Because they're not just buying plane tickets for employees across the world. They're buying business class, flexible tickets, you know, like, the most expensive ones that are, like, 10 grand a pop. You know, like, that as a concept is, like, one of the things that is going to fade away from this. Which is either a good thing, or it's a bad thing, because now, like, less of their money is going towards that. You know, there's a lot of interesting knock-on effects from 2020. Like to say 2020 was a bad year is just like a meme, you know? It's like no one looks at the Drake meme and goes, actually, you're saying no, no, no in response, you know, like you don't like having things to just laugh at, having things to just enjoy. In an internet where it's hard to gauge emotion, I get why it's a thing, don't get me wrong. But also I think it's so dumb that like there are people who are like actually on board with it, who are like, actually 2020 is the worst. I can't wait for 2021 when this is all over. And it's like, what do you mean? The important things are not current. Like there's no like pandemic or no government or no giant corporation looking at the date being like, oh, it's actually no. At least the government can look at a date and be like, oh, things have changed. You know, is a virus gonna look and be like, oh, it's 2021? Well, I was COVID-19. My time here has expired. It's like, no, that's not how viral science works. To the current understanding, I'll admit, you know, there could be a breakthrough made in the next 3 days because that's when the magic thing happens. But yeah, I don't know. I think having significant, like, I think about this a lot, right? So the reason Christmas has significance is because it comes around once a year, and you can't, if you miss it, you have to wait a whole year for another one. So like, even if it's inconvenient, you schedule your life around it, and generally you schedule your life in a good way. That means you get to have like Christmas cake and whatever else, you know. If anything, the virus is getting worse. Yeah, if you live in the UK, things are in a weird place right now, huh? But there's, you know, the current trajectory is like downwards for a while. You know, and like basically we're like trying to wait out the winter. See, here's an interesting thing. This is what human beings and clearly this situation have in common, right? Is we have in common this like something about winter changes you. You know, seasonal depression, real thing, doesn't sound like a real thing. I'm gonna pick up this fern. I don't know why, but I just want it. It just seems like something I shouldn't pass up. Yeah, I'm gonna keep these ferns for later. But you know, like seasonal like spikes is a real thing that strikes both humans and a thing. Isn't that interesting? So like, you know, anyway, so the reason Christmas and Hanukkah and every single like major like, you know, religious main holiday, even what's the one, the people that sound the Wiccans, not the Wiccans, I don't know what they're called. The people who are like there's this like super old religion that no one follows anymore, but their time was in winter solstice too, because it's the darkest time. It's the time people need people the most. It doesn't matter what you're celebrating, whether it's, you know, like some tree ceremony or like the birth of a person in Israel, or, you know, like whatever it is. You know, one in every like 350 people or so celebrates their birthday on Christmas Day, and you know what? Sucks. Am I right? Sucks real hard. You know, like, do you get one Christmas gift or two? Of course you get one, and everyone's like, oh, I combine them together. Or they split it in half. Like, I got you a broom, and I got you a handle. Okay, what I'm gonna do right here is I'm gonna... Your face gets cut off. Yeah, I have a... Actually, I wonder... Wait, one sec. Let me check something. I wonder if I can set it to go further to the right without any issues. Oh yeah, I can set it to go a little bit further to the right. Let's see if we can go to like 80. Oh, we can. Can we just go to nothing? Oh, we can. There we go. Okay, so now I can go all the way over here, and the face doesn't get cut off. You're welcome, internet. So anyway, it's Christmas time, and there's certain things that, like, you know, come around every Christmas, and like you can theoretically do any time of year, but there's like a network effect benefit to everyone doing the things. It's like, let's picture it this way. You can buy, what is it that's like always on discount? Like, but then sometimes it's not. Actually, wait, if you look at most electronics on like Amazon, they get more expensive in September, so they can reduce them again in November for Black Friday and then for Christmas, etc. Because everyone wants to feel like they're getting a deal. It doesn't matter if you're getting a deal, to whether you feel good about getting a deal. But let's not dive into that too much for now either. But there's this interesting thing where everyone wants to get a deal, so like things are cheaper you know, things are cheaper in November, they get more expensive in September. And so one of the similar things, like the network benefits of... Why do I have this tunnel? There's the interesting like network benefits of like Christmas, so you can do lots of things. And one of those is one of my favorite drinks. There's the tiniest gap under you. Oh, is there really? Huh. Let me fix that. You know, I'm a professional streamer who knows what he's doing. There we go. Wait, is the gap still there? Let me. No, I think I'm good. I'm good now. I like the idea that I was levitating a little bit though. It's good to see you, Deshi. This is marketing 101. Yeah, no, it's funny though, because like, I really think marketing is a skill that like, if everyone knew a little bit more about, the world could be a more harmonious place. Because so much of marketing, like, it doesn't matter if you know about the marketing. Like, we have this like irrational love for deals. Like, everyone knows the case studies of like, there was a company that like famously used to give away so many coupons, but like, and so they had to mark up their prices to account for it. People loved it. So then they had a new CEO that got in charge. I think it was Macy's. It's JCPenney's or something. I know it's one of those weird American companies. But like they, you know, like they did only coupons. And then they figured, you know, this is dumb. Let's just give everyone the discount all the time. Let's just have always low prices with no coupons. And so people show up and they see the prices are lower, but then they see their coupons don't work. And they're like, oh, clearly I'm getting a bad deal. You want to feel like you're getting a better deal than other people. A lot of human emotion isn't absolute. It's like relative. You know, like not all human emotion, not everything, but like especially when it comes to like unknown things, you don't like relatively speaking, or absolutely speaking, how I don't know how good am I at YouTube? How many subscribers do I have? 1.6 million is a huge number. But if you're like, oh, but then you hear about that guy with 5 million subscribers, yeah, that's more than 1.6, am I right? But then alternatively, like, comparison, you can also be like, oh yeah, also there's a guy with 16 subscribers who makes good video. Wait, I saw a channel I really liked that literally had 50 subscribers recently, and it's like, whoa, you know, it's very, you know, like that. The fact that you know, like, you can compare those sorts of things because it's hard to know absolutely. Whereas you know absolutely, am I full right now or not? I am full. I just had some Nando's in case you're curious. I got it delivered because, you know what, restaurants are a no-go, it seems, in these areas. But did you know there was a terror swoop death wolf message that says you died because you voted for Badlands? I'm glad that that's a death message. Someone gets it. There's best competition is with yourself. Yeah, exactly. Like, we have this like thing where if we don't know, we like to know that it's like on par or better than those around us. Usually better than is like the absolute win. You know, you can't be getting screwed if you're doing better than people around you, am I right? Also, there's a box full of, wait, where do I put it down actually? Chat, can you help me find my, there it is. I lost my my shock box. It's very embarrassing. But yeah, so I forgot where that train of thought was going. Something. Oh yeah, we like getting deals better than other people, and it doesn't matter how true the deal is. It just feeling like we got a lower price than we otherwise could have. Because it's like, you know, there's so many people who I've heard speak to me and like be like, oh, I got a really good deal on this. It was this amount, and I'm like, what? And you have to just be like, wow, that is really good. Because if you say, no, that wasn't a good deal, no one feels good about that. No one's like, oh, okay. You just gotta be like, wow, really? You only paid $2,000 for your flights to Australia. Like, oh, that's really cheap for like flying in a, you know, fancy. Oh no, that was economy. You spent $2,000, and you think that was a deal? You think you did good for yourself? And yeah, you know, things are confused. Like when you're, I guess when you're like really into any field, seeing people who aren't into that field and their understandings is always going to be a little painful. It's crazy because one of the interesting things about like growing up is when you realize like the news that you assume is like, oh, it's 100% facts all the time. It's like journalists' understanding of the facts. So, you know, like whenever I see like reporting on YouTube, horrendously bad takes and everything. Sometimes that's deliberate, like with the whole scandal, where they're like, oh, Coca-Cola is running ads on ISIS videos, when really they were playing ads against a viewer, and that viewer was a journalist watching an ISIS video, which, you know, should be the bigger part of that, in my opinion. But like, whenever there's like a plane that does like a tricky landing, there's a news article being like, plane almost crashes, and it's like, well, that's That's not what happened there. But I guess it does look like that, and what it looks like is more important than what it is sometimes. I don't know, my confidence in other people goes down the older I get, and the more I realize, like, oh, yeah, this, you assume it is how it is, but that's just, you know, it's like that, you know, like when you realize you're, for the first time, your parents, they're like human beings like you that have no idea. They're just figuring it out too, man. You know, there's a lot of bizarre moments in life where you realize that the life is going down a fun route. Anyway, so because it's Christmas, one of the cool network effects of Christmas, you know. Also, when is Let's Play World releasing? You know what, Brody? I would like to give you a date. Here's the thing. I literally, like, Microsoft went on Christmas break just after they got some coordinates from me. I think I told you this before. There's 12 music discs hidden around the map. And Microsoft they couldn't find them. Like, they're like, sorry, we need coordinates because we need to check this. And then we went to look for them. And then, I'll just tell you, Deshi couldn't find them. And I was like, okay, you know, I'll find them myself. I couldn't find all the discs. So finding all 12 of them is like a fun little game, I will say. Me realizing my parents also had a childhood. Yeah, right, and you know, realizing that like people are young makes sense. Realizing they made all the dumb mistakes of being young.
Also, I'm not Welsh.
Hey, thank you, Gerald K, for not being Welsh. You know what? In these trying times, all we need are fewer Welsh people, am I right? You know what? There's gonna be a Welsh person who watches this one day for the first time, being like, "Oi, laddie, oh, this is not how Welsh people speak at all." But that's this. What even was that actually? Was that Scottish Indian? That was a Scottish man with an Indian father right there. Yeah, it's you know, think about it this way, right? Like, even like, oh god, my literature's fine. Even like the most, you know, like the most like adult you can think of, like, I don't know, the prime minister or president of your country. They were at one point a child doing. At some point in their life they have done something terrible. You know, like I like even the most responsible, you know, like person you like the most out there. You know, they at one point they were a, you know, they were a horn dog trying to get some trying to get some opposite member of the sex. Wait, I said that wrong. Or the member of the compatible sex, whatever their goals and aspirations were, and they were saying some untrue stuff in order to get that. You know, it's interesting and bizarre because we think of, like, you know, professionalism is almost like a deliberate way to unhumanize people. You know, every politician you think of as a politician first, but it's like, you know what? They were really slutty in college. They you know, they had to make. They didn't have friends until they were 20. They had to make up stories just so people, you know, because they didn't think anyone would ever like them. Every now and then you actually get a story like that from a politician, like, oh, this guy, he, all of his friends thought he was an unlikable monster. Okay, so I'm in the US and I just found out our president is an adult. Hey, I get it. That's a funny joke. Icy Water Studios, you did a very good job. And you should feel proud. Anyway, so one of the things about Christmas is Bucks Fizz. I bought the oh god, it's spilling all over me. I'm wet now. I bought the last bottle in the store. I guess I'm gonna have to undo my green screen for this. I bought the last bottle. So there's a Christmas drink I like. It's not very common outside the UK. It's called Bucks Fizz. It's clementine juice and white wine. Apparently, it doesn't taste like white wine. It tastes like orange juice with a little bit of fizz. And so today, I'm going to open another one of these. Honestly, I just really like opening corks. There's a lot of fun with that. Wait, I'll look at the mountain or something so that people will join and they're like, oh, don't worry, he's going back to that. There we go. Look how pretty it is from this angle. I look like I'm doing real Minecraft today. I'm very, very good at this. Okay, look, here we go. Hey, nice. Not only is the US president right now an adult, he's a 70-plus-year-old man. He's lived 3 times as long as me. Is that true? Joe Biden age. I feel like he's 77. Am I right on that? 78. Jeez, he's lived more than 3 times as long as me. I think Donald Trump is like the younger of the two right then, right? Donald Trump, 74. He's lived 3 times, like my life, my entire life, 3 times over. Okay, so here is, I want to like deliberately try and, I'm gonna shoot it at the camera, just to see what happens here, chat. What could go wrong with this idea? Okay, get ready, brace yourselves, chat. Brace yourselves. Oh, I'm actually worried I'm gonna damage it. It's a brand new webcam, but these are the sacrifices I make for you. I guess I've got to like twist it. It deliberately says like keep away from face. Okay, I wanna do this. This is gonna be great. Okay, I'm just gonna point upwards. Oh, man, I don't know how corks work. Oh, I actually caught it that time. Catched it is the correct verbiage. And so, because I don't want to seem weird drinking a bottle on stream, I'll admit there's a certain weirdness to that. It's gonna hit you calling it. Yeah, it's only a matter of time till that does happen. Okay, look at this, by the way. I can zoom out. You can see what's going on behind me. Isn't that fantastic? So I've got this straw that's this big. This is going all the way to the bottom of this. And then I can put the straw over here. And now, oh, I just put it in my mouth like that. Oh no, it's spilling everywhere. Oh no. This was a terrible idea. It's still all the way in this tube. Like you can see how the tube is so yellow. This is a genius idea. No one has ever been as smart as Toy Cat on this day with his giant straw. So now we can play Minecraft. And then every time we want to drink, we just have to use the straw. This is so good. This is very functional. I'm definitely... Okay, I'm going to have to put something down on myself to stop this spilling. There we go. There we go. Now I'm not going to get sticky. Yeah, this is the problem with, like, the physics of a tube that, like, bends like this. Oh, wait, if I put it on the ground. I'll put it on the ground, and that way... Okay, this is my high-quality idea. Okay, it's all the way on the ground now. And I have to, like... bend down for that. It needs to be, like, somewhere between... Okay, I'm gonna find the solution, chat. I'm a pioneer in the space of trying to... There we go. Okay, I've got a second chair in my office. And now I can move the straw over here. Sure is tasty. Man, that is so good. This is genius. Set the bottle lower, there you go. This is why we never get anything done on stream, says Fuzzy More. You know, you might... Oh, it perfectly stays like this too. Wait, can I show you what I've got going on here? Let me just make sure there's nothing... Oh, wait. By accident, the longboi is just chilling on the chair. It looks like this, in case you're curious. Okay, I'm going to set everything back to normal. Oh, it's still dripping on me. Only a very little bit, though. So we need to set this up very slightly higher, I'd say. Like, if I could leave it here, that'd be ideal. Maybe I need to, like, tape it to the side of my mouth. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to set this back to there. Oh, I didn't put it on correctly. There we go. Now we're good. Now we turn that back on. Hey, we did it. I'm invisible again. So the end of the straw is slightly lower than the middle of the straw. Yeah, that's the physics problem I'm fighting right now. Just get a beer hat next time. I've always wanted one of those ridiculous beer hats you see in American media. Oh, I'm gonna be so sticky in this. I'm gonna have to have another shower today. That's fine. You know what, chat? People on the internet are always saying I need to shower, which I can. Interestingly enough, like the longer I go without a shower, the few people tell me I need to shower. Maybe because they're like, you know what, he's so far gone. But I think it's actually like it's that thing where like we don't talk about the cause of something. We have. It's like if what's another faulty cause and effect? Like, you know what, you're feeling really bad. Better eat some broccoli. That's, you know, the fact that people think broccoli is like actually good sickens me first of all, but also makes a big problem. So I dread to think what a senile toy cat would be like. Yeah, no, me too, right? I feel bad for anyone who has to deal with that. I have this very clear policy in my own head. I'm not gonna apply it onto other people, but like, you know what? Anyone doesn't want me around anymore, and I'm old, and I'm not able, like, once I need like X number of people to look after myself, and that's not something I've like financially provided for. You know what? Why am I alive? Why are we not shooting me? I just feel bad about that all day, every day. Let's just bullet in the head, easy. Just one shot, we're dead. This looks like something I did as a child and got yelled at for. The cool thing about being an adult is you can do very dumb things. Broccoli's the best. You're all wrong, and you should feel wrong. Yeah, you have to like, I have to like lift it up while the thing. Okay, there we go. If I just play with my control, this is a genius idea. Or I could put a little cap on this. Wait, I've got a little cap. I can put on the straw, and then no, this isn't gonna work. You know, let's make straws that can only point upwards. That's a $1 million idea right there. Who wants spilling? I don't want spilling. The short boy was just the original run. Exactly. Broccoli's mini trees. I don't agree with that. Fat rodent rat. Fat rodent rat. What is your name? Also, yeah, this is why we don't get anything done. I agree. Petition to make Toy Cat legally a child. I think there is a real value in learning about responsibilities and picking them up and stuff. But I also think there's a lot of fun to be had. Like, I think everyone has this, like, part of them. You know, again, it's that thing where we assume everyone... At some point you become an adult and it just smoothly hits there. I think people don't mind responsibilities. Like, there's a value to be had in being a responsible adult. But also I intend to... You know, like, as you get older, being irresponsible gets less and less charming. Like, if I'm 45 and I'm doing this exact same thing... you know what, something's probably... That looks way more tragic, you know? That looks like I've got a... But, like, I'm 25. You know, to me, it's tragic when people pick up responsibility too early. Like, even though I respect them so much because they do something I could never, people who have to raise their own siblings, as well as go to school, as well as, like, work to... You know, like, that sort of thing. You know, I've got a friend like that. That is the sort of thing that will age you much faster than years ever will, you know? Like, we act like it's age that... You know, age is just what we correlate with responsibleness, with adulthood, etc., etc. And let me just clarify, legally, very good idea to do that. Want to triple down on that idea that, you know, we should in fact see laws as the see age as a primary way to determine that for law reasons. But as far as like actual maturity, responsibility, stuff like that, it's like entirely, you know, I think it's a nice thing that I can live in a world like this for a while. I woke up my parents and I have to watch hiding in the bathroom. See, that's, first of all, you know, if your parents don't like Toy Cat streams, then get yourself some headphones. Second of all, you know what, if you're in the, you know, if your parents have decided that Toy Cat streams are so bad. See, isn't that the thing about responsibility? Like, you have to make decisions like that. Like, you know, what is better for your child, sleep or a Toy Cat live stream? The answer is clearly a Toy Cat live stream. There's no debating it. Honestly, straws are so good for drinks. Like straws. Wait, let me show you again. 90 degrees. There's something just... Also, this is so weird when you can see the green screen and how it's like... whatever. But like... It's just so fun to drink by using suction. Like, the liquid I'm drinking is all the way over there. And I'm getting it from over here. I feel like it either is making me drink faster or slower. And I can't tell which either. That's the wacky thing. Anyway, so... Oh god, this is just a mess. Now you're just a child, says Zaychonk. I mean, if you, like, every single adult like, It's that, like, grass is always greener effect. Almost every single child wishes they were an adult already, so they could do the things that you have to have like, you have to be trusted with to do. And every single adult's like, oh, I just want to go back to the time where I could do anything, and it was someone else's responsibility as to how this whole thing worked. Like, even something as minor as, like, let me tell you about a struggle I have right now. I have like 15 pairs of underwear maybe, and you know what? I don't even value underwear that much. It's just like, it's a societal thing, we wear it. It's like it's a secondary protection, so I don't accidentally like show the world what's what down there. But mostly it's like, you know what? It feels normal because I've worn underwear for 30 years. 25 years. But right now, I've got this whole crisis. Seriously, crisis is an understatement. I've got this crisis of not washing them on a frequent enough basis. So that, like, in fact, actually, I think they've been washed, but I just can't find any of my underwear. And it's like, every time I get out of the shower, and I expect to, it's like, oh, I've got to go deal with that. Snow, what are you doing to yourselves? I'm drinking some Bucks Fizz, because it's Christmas. You might say the 29th of December is not really Christmas. You might say that it's actually New Year's Eve. No, wait, New Year's Eve. But I would disagree with that vehemently. I'm 30 in Toy Cat years. Exactly. Did you just round up 25 to 30? Rounded to the nearest 10 years. I am 30 years old. Try and tell me that that's wrong. I defy you to. Is that a real word? I feel like you can say it, but it's wrong. But no, so like like there's this huge issue of like, oh, I've got to work out where all my underwear is, or I can't wear any. And it's like, I just want to do things. I just want to play some Minecraft, you know? Or to put it this way, don't round up for children. You know what? Round down. Actually, yeah, new rule, everyone rounds down. We round down to the nearest 10 years. You're 10 years old until you turn 20. I'm 20 years old until I turn 30. See, isn't that like, and right now, so every adult wishes they could be a kid again. Like, you know what was great? Being able to play games all day and knowing that at the end of the day, the only thing you have to do is like, oh yeah, in 6 weeks, there's school, and I have to go to it. All you gotta do is go to a place for school, and the rest is all done for you. Like, I have to go to a place in 6 weeks' time. I'm 31, this sucks, says Cat Beanie. You know what? You'll be 30 for another 9 years, though, at least. You know, there's that. There's that. I'm 20, says Sarah E. See, don't we all love this system? But there's this Goldilocks zone. I'm gonna call it your 20 to 40 area. Somewhere in the 30s, I think people decide that they're like a person. They have to pretend they're a person because the world starts to see them as a person, and now they are one. But like, you know, in your 20s, you can have moments where you revert back to having no responsibility. You can be a child drinking from a mega straw if you want to. Okay, great. We got a lot of 10-year-olds in chat. That's not a thing you're allowed to say. You know, this is the problem with jokes. You come too close to a line somewhere, and then you're gonna get in some serious trouble. You know, like, 'cause someone said that like the YouTube Sum service is that you have to be 13. So like the joke that like, oh, everyone that watches me is a 9-year-old or whatever. Which is, I think, the joke that people make about every Minecraft YouTuber, like, oh yeah, only people who watch gaming videos. I'm gonna try and drink. Okay, I can't do it. I just wanna... This straw is giving me so much hassle. You know what? I'm beginning to think the straw wasn't a good idea. I'm beginning to think that I should just use a glass. See, but like, the cool thing about childhood is you learn so much faster than by doing, than by just assuming you have to do it the way everyone else does it. Like, the glory of all my Minecraft builds, to me at least, is like, if it's a bad idea, I'm not just gonna be like, oh, it's a bad idea, I won't do it. I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna see why it's a bad idea. And you can't do that when you've got, like, kids on the line. You can't do that when you've got, like, you know, when all these things, you know, like, when you've got people who rely on you to have working underwear every day. You know, like, when you've got people who rely on you, you can't just goof off and... Also, I think I'm out of Netherrack. I've got one more shulker box full, and then I might be out permanently too. This is gonna be a huge problem. Let's go fly. Let's go get some more Netherrack. I'm 35 and this conversation making me feel weird. Thanks, Toy Cat. Tell me if you're wrong. Okay, you know what? We have a 35-year-old here, a real live one in the flesh. So Jimmy Wolf, tell me if you disagree with this. But like the moments where you get to be gleeful, reckless, and do dumb things are slowly getting fewer and fewer. We like to call that like maturing, and I think that's like a good way to describe it. But also, it's like semi-involuntary, right? I goof off with the hobbies constantly. See, I guess that actually that is kind of true. Like a lot of, I know most parents get like that where they get to be like goofy again. Like you're just participating in something that the kids are participating in, so it's not really. You know, there is an interesting whole quirk there. Okay, I'm gonna grab some shulker boxes. We're gonna fill these with Nether. I've got one more shulker box filled with Netherrack here. So I'll take this one, because I'm gonna need it. And then I'll fill 2 more up. And we'll probably be good. I go Marcelo Di Brito. How to max enchant. You've been saying this all stream long, so you're so committed to me giving you enchanting advice. So to max enchant, should you full enchant a book, then put it on a sword, enchant it at level 13, complete with books, combine enchanted sword till the max enchant. If you have an unlimited number of swords, combine the swords. If you don't, which is how I imagine it is, then you should use the books. Oh, sorry, you should use a sword and a book. And then, it's always better to use a sword and a book than to use 2 books than a sword, because you're doing fewer total enchants. That's my understanding, at least. Could be horribly wrong. I mean, a lot of people are horribly wrong about a lot of things all the time, and we don't even call them out on it. Am I right? Oh, wait, so where's Mr. Wolf? I want to see it. We got Frisky Wolf. How do we have 2 people with the last name Wolf today? Actually, he's probably just a Frisky Wolf. Like, what does Frisky mean, actually? What does it mean to be a Frisky Wolf? I don't know if I want to know the answer to this question, but I'm going to find out anyway, because that's what you do. Okay, is this Netherrack in this barrel? There is some Netherrack in the barrel. There we go. So, is there Netherrack in here? There is not. So, yeah, I want to find... Oh, I forgot your name. It sounds like Wolf at the end. Maybe I missed it. Also, Robin Brooks says hobbies are a fantastic excuse to be goofy. Exactly. You pick up this little human being, you know, this little side hobby, this little side adventure in your life, and now because it wants to be goofy, you're like, okay, I guess I'll be too. Only because you want to, not because I want to, because you want to. Also, how do these things keep spawning in my house? This is not the first time that has happened. I have a lighting error in there somewhere. Jimmy Wolf, I'm 35, no kids, I can do whatever I want. I'm probably not a good metric. Yeah, but you can do whatever you want, but do you do whatever you want as often? Is what I'm trying to ask here, right? OMG, is this in survival? It is Golden Age. See, even like the most untied down 35-year-old, I'd be willing to yes. If you think I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. But like, when was the last time you got a giant straw to drink your white wine clementine juice combination? Honestly, this is... Because it's a carbonated beverage, I think this is much worse. Actually, wait, it's a hose. It's actually not a hose. I got it from Vegas. See, when adults go on holiday, they turn into children. And because Vegas is a huge vacation spot, there's you can buy like these 100-ounce slush drinks. Obviously, they're alcoholic because Vegas. But you can buy these 100-ounce slush drinks. And I brought back the straw with me. And yeah, it's pretty good. I think I used a firework instead of a torch just there. Yeah, that's good. That's a good sign. So, baby humans are the worst pets, says Jamie. Should we upgrade children from being a hobby to being a pet? I agree with that. Sorry, says Toycat getting frisky with the long straw. I'm gonna have to look up frisky now. I hope you're happy, Sarah E. Actually, wait, is your name pronounced Sarah or Sarah? Like in America, there's a lot of like wacky alternate spellings of names. Like everyone insists that my girlfriend's name is spelled with 1 K. It's like, where did this come from? Who spells it that way? Everyone in the comments, apparently, but like, why? Don't know why. Dude, it's a hose. Okay, chat. Is my straw, it's this big, just for full context. I can't, there we go, it's that. Oh my god, it's spilling on me because of this. My straw, which is this big, is this a straw or a hose? There we go, let's show Myra V who's boss. Yeah, never sure about this one. Double unskippable ads are becoming more frequent, it's really starting to get to me. I will say there is a definite trend on YouTube that is more monetization and not less. I don't think you'll ever get to the stage where you're watching 3 minutes of ads for a 20-minute video. It's a straw, hose, straw, a pipe. You know what? At least you're different, G-Bay. It's tubing. Straw because you're drinking for it. Exactly. Hoses are like an automatic implement. Actually, they're not automatic. See, I just now realized for the first time that the hose doesn't do anything, it's just a big pipe. But like, actually wait, you could totally use a hose? Oh, that's, okay, wait. I could put this bottle outside my window. I've got a hose pipe. Okay, can I tell you the dumbest thing? I bought a hose pipe and then I realized my house doesn't have an outside tap. So I have a hose pipe I can't use because I'm dumb. I could put this drink outside my window and I could hose pipe it all the way up here. I know there's a maximum height that you can hose pipe up to though, actually. Because when you're drinking through a straw, you assume you're moving it with like air or something, but you're just creating a vacuum. And so that, get a tap put in, says Cat Beanie. Oh, that's an option you have. You can magically let tap there. No, I'm moving house, so I'm trying to resist like all the adult house things here until I've moved. You could drink out of a hose though. I mean, you could drink out of a hose, as indeed I intend to do. See, this is great. This is what streams are here for. You can drink from a water hose. Oh yeah, this is another one of those like Toy Cat is not a normal human being stories. I'm gonna assume, but I used to love drinking water out of the hose. Like it just tasted better. Obviously, better means whatever's in the hose is getting in my mouth or whatever. Like everyone was always telling me like you can't, and it's like it tastes like water. Oh wait, I love water, and I loved it a lot as a child. Like it's a tasty beverage. It's tasty. It's good for you. What's not to love? But one of the things I actually do think is like objectively do not do this, is I used to drink the water in it. Like when I was like 6, I drink the water in a swimming pool. Hose water is delicious. I love the parasite and dirt flavor. Exactly, hose water chat. It's like Sarah rather than Sarah. Sarah. Is it really Sarah? I don't believe that's a real name. I'm gonna give you Sarah. Sarah. You're not Sarah. Sarah. My name's Sarah. Sarah. I live in the Wild West. We don't have naming conventions over here, so I just call myself the easiest set of letters. I got in trouble drinking out of a hose in the caravan park. See, why is that, right? Like, hose, it's probably not good. It's probably not a smart... I'm so glad that we found, like, one thing that chat agrees on. Hose water is good water. You know, I'm glad we have a shared interest in hose water. I'm on vacation right now, and the water from the tap tastes like hose water. It tastes like it has metal in it. Isn't that a good thing? Like, in my opinion, metal is like a good flavor for water. Sora isn't how someone pronounces that. Say raw. Say raw. You know, she's so raw. I don't know what that means, but it seems offensive. You know, I'm cooked and you're raw. Wait, a lot of people love this. I didn't realize this was weird, but it's very common in the, it's a very common thing that, like, South Asian countries tell their children. So my grandmother is Sri Lankan, like, she's actually, like, she's brown, I guess, to answer your clear question that you're not allowed to ask because it's, like, not politically appropriate. Like, very, very. Like, she doesn't look like she should be related to me. Or maybe the other way around. Honestly, when I was younger, I didn't believe it. It was true. I was like, you know, something's a bit wrong here. Like, you know, maybe we can say that, like, racism is learned, and I think that's probably true. But, like, knowing that there's a difference between skin color is not, like, a learned thing. You know that phase of the 2000s where everyone was like, I'm colorblind, I just don't see color. You know, it's like, what do you mean you don't see color? Like it. Anyway, so my grandmother is, she's Asian, and she told me the story about God, which I think this is messed up to tell your white 5-year-old. She's like, so here's how humans were made. God put some people in the microwave, and he didn't cook them for long enough, and so that's how white people were made. You know, undercooked people. And then God put some people in the microwave again, but he left them on for too long. You know, he forgot about it, had to work on something else. That's how he made, you know, African people, black people. And then God, you know, learning from both of these attempts, put some humans in the microwave again, and that's how he made Asians, because they're just right, you know. And I actually, you know, I think there's like a charm to the story of like, you know what, there's people lighter than us, people darker than us. We're doing it just good right now. Irradiated humans. Hey, Snow, you should do a Mexican accent instead of giving yourself diseases via test tubes. Hey, Snow, you should do a Mexican accent. Hey, this is not my Mexican accent. There's like, you gotta say the word a lot, and you gotta like, you know, I'll get my Mexican accent on point the next time. Thank you for the £5. I will poison myself via a test tube. Yeah, that's what my grandmother actually told me. Which again, like, I can understand why like Asian communities share that with each other, but like, she just told me I was undercooked. She told the stories of Goldilocks and the three bears, but she told it in a way that made white people inferior, and also black people inferior. But like, you know, that made anyone who wasn't Asian inferior, like Asian master race. This story needs context. Oh no, my grandmother got religious at some point in my upbringing. You know how every story has like a dark side thing? I always assumed my family didn't. Like, oh yeah, I've got like a cousin who did something, you know, a little bit weird, a little bit dodgy, but like not really so much. And then I learned like, oh yeah, my grandma went for like a religious phase. And then when my aunts became Muslim, you know, it's a very interesting family situation I've got going on. And that's how I genuinely do have Muslim cousins, fun fact, as well as like a deeply like I feel like I had more experience with religion than most people. Like just disliking religion because it's like, oh, you like the man in the sky. It's like, well, that's also true, but there's some very interesting like community aspects to it. Like I went to church for every like Sunday until I was old enough to say I don't want to go to church, which is very, very old, you know. Need to watch another stream where he told the story and see the chat's reaction. I've never cried laughing so hard at any stream before you did tonight. It's chaos and I'm living for it. Hey, I'm glad you liked it, Winry. Good to see you again. I hope you have a lovely Christmas period time thing. People often turn to religion in times of need, and it shows how selfish we are as a species. I do agree with that. That there's like a, you know, can I one up your, like something. You know, I know there's so many wholesome things that like people like to talk about, and it's like, look how great humans are. But the one that bothers me the most, because it doesn't show that we're great, it shows we're terrible, selfish monsters. Is so right now, have you heard of this thing called lockdown? It's not a very common word that hasn't been used a lot. But basically, the government would like it if you stayed at your home. And one of the things when everyone like started being at home a bunch, people started adopting animals. To the stage where not only is it like, oh yeah, we stopped all the animals having to die from being adopted, most animal shelters are empty. Obviously, it depends where you are. Hawaii had to fly a bunch of dogs to the mainland so people could adopt them. But like, a lot of animal shelters are empty. There are no more animals inside of them. They have solved the animal crisis, and that's humans being great, right? We go humans, we save the animals. But it's like, oh, all these humans that could have had an animal, all these animals that were dying, you know, being put down because no human would care for them. The moment like people are bored, they're like, okay, I'll give it a whirl. It's like, so all these animals were just dying because you were bored, huh? Also, this is weird. I'm inside a grass block, it looks like. Huh, I was. But we actually got a dog during lockdown, but we were planning on doing it beforehand. See, obviously some plans were accelerated by, you know, like that's a thing that makes sense. Like a lot of people's maybe plans became definitely plans. But in the time that they were waiting, you know, like an animal, a dog that could have been theirs was put down in the time. It's like, oh man, we could have had a world where, I don't know, maybe I'm being too cynical. Maybe you look at this and you're like, no, it's okay. You know, it's better to look at what they did do rather than what they didn't. But it's like, but no, we now have a world where it's hard to find animals, and you know what that means? There is a huge market for anyone who can create a lot of animals. All of a sudden, letting your animal have animals, you know, puppies, whatever, is a smart idea. And then by the time, you know, and then like, oh, you can't keep them all, so put them up for adoption or whatever. But then it's like, oh, and now, okay, whatever. Sorry, it's not much, Toycat, but I love your videos. Thank you, Bored Voicey Artist. I really appreciate the small tips too, because, you know, like a lot of people are like, oh no, you must only love, you know, when someone comes in here, drops $50 so you can buy some lobster or whatever. But much more often, like, the way a lot of my money comes in is like, oh yeah, 100 people give, you know, $2 each over the course. And it's like, whoa, that adds up just as much. And it feels better too, knowing that 100 people care about, you know, like, again, I know I'm very financially minded, but maybe something about growing up poor does that to you. But, you know, like, knowing that 200 people like your stuff enough, or 100 people, or 10 people. I put Menning on my shears because it keeps Toycat says Sarah E. Sarah E. I don't know. I'm just gonna try bad accents till I do it. My name is Sarah E. I have big cat. I pet my cat very strongly, and I put cat in aeroplane belly, and I fly to America with him. There you go. That's you now, Sarah. You're now Russian. We got some dogs out of lockdown. I agree 100%. It's shitty because it caused the lockdown and made us glad, but I'm glad I did it. Felix has done my life. Oh yeah, it's like, I'm not saying it's bad for the animal. Like, it's a good outcome right now. It's better than it was otherwise. But it's also like, oh man, we could have done this all along. We just didn't. Like, I guess you could argue that, like, do you know something interesting? Okay, let's go with some spicy modern commentary, shall we? This is something that will get people riled up, I'm sure. But if you look at, especially in the Southern Hemisphere, it's true. But like New Zealand's winter, they had like 4 flu cases, like not 4,000, 4. Like, because of the things we're doing to prevent, what's that disease called? I don't know. Also, thank you, McBella78. It's good to see you. Michelle, Bella. You know, it's better your real last name. It doesn't. Bella's not a real last name, but if it is, thank you very much. And you're 42 from the 78, which means we round down to 40. See, responsible adult, maybe, or maybe not. I don't know actually. In an American accent, also perfect Russian as always. You're so very good at accents, says Colin. Oh, thank you. Definitely no sarcasm there. I love that you can't read sarcasm on the internet. I can just take all sarcastic comments as real. Wait, chat. I read a study that said even if you know someone is being non-genuine when they compliment you, it still feels good to hear it. So chat, give me sarcastic compliments, and I'm gonna feel good about it. Also, thank you, ABE123. You know what? We only need 498 more people to tip $2, and I can be a thousandaire. Am I right? What about getting all the pets getting separation anxiety when their people go back to work? Oh, and also the fact that a bunch of those people, they're going to give up their animals, right? Like, if you only wanted an animal because you're at home a bunch, you're going to give up the animal as soon as you're not home a bunch. You have nice wrinkles. Your hair looks really cool. Love your hair. You're a hot babe, IBX. You're so funny. I love your streams. Your hair looks nice. Nice haircut. You're so good at small talk. Your builds look great. You know, these are starting to hurt now that I know they're sarcastic. Actually, I've been staring at your face for far too long. You know what? My face is great. Thank you. I agree. Isn't it interesting that just by slouching down or not, I go like this much down in height? I should raise my chair up. Oh, can I even do this? Wait. Oh, my chair. Oh, it's this one probably. Wait. I can't get my chair to raise up. Oh, I went down. There we go. This is the highest my chair goes. You know, maybe I should lower down my... There we go. Now you can see my shirt. Your accents are amazing. I was going to do an accent there, then it went to Indian by accident. Whew. So, let's get back to the project. You know, I'm always talking about how surprisingly little we get done. This is the reason why.
You build the prettiest buildings, Mr. Camboy, sir.
Oh, you're too kind. Type. I know. You know, I'm just gonna say Ollie. Thank you, Ollie. That's what you're saying there. That's what your name is. Okay, we're gonna get up there. It's gonna be great. You should make a philosophy channel. I don't actually like philosophy. A lot of philosophy is like politics by stealth, right? Because and that's like fine. Like I think giving like it's a lot of it. I find philosophy to be most interesting when it's like asking interesting questions. But as soon as you get to the politics by stealth phase, one of the largest channels on YouTube that discusses philosophy does so as a way to talk about his like every time it's like, and here's why you know like far left ideology is the correct ideology. It's like, is that philosophy, or is that like a way to tell people about your beliefs? And like, you know, again, when you talk about anything philosophical, your worldview is going to come into it, and politics is also based on your worldview. But I think it's I think the question's not of like, who is your favorite politician, or what is your favorite policy that could make the world better. I think what is a much better source are like actually asking tricky questions about morality. You know, because if you know, it's like the whole like, so you know, the trolley problem, that doesn't come up in real life. You know, there's a meme on the internet that like, oh, should we divert the trolley? But is that fair to all the people that have been, you know, like people make jokes about the trolley problem because they see real life things. Like, you know, like the trolley problem's interesting because it's like, oh,
Ollie is fine. Smiley face.
Hey, Ollie is fine, smiley face. Also, thank you, Brody Privet, for the Jet Ski Fund 199. I am now just, you know, what I might do, I might genuinely like, because I appreciate big tips, but I like simping for smaller tips more. You know, I just want your $2, chat. That's all I want from you. I just want it. Please give it to me. You missed my chat, but it's okay. I didn't miss your chat, and it's not okay. How about that? Also, I'm drinking water right now, so sorry. I drink many water in Soviet Russia. Water drink me. My name is Sarah E, and I am very terrified of dog. Very big dog. He come and he take me away. You can't do take. It only works with E, you know. You're very interesting and genuine. I wouldn't lie to you, you know. You know, this is the most hurtful, sarcastic comment I've read today. The trolley doesn't come up often in real life. The trolley is the virus, and the two paths are the many deaths or the less deaths. See, but wouldn't that be like, you know what? Do you want to divert the trolley for people? If you divert the trolley to kill only one person, then everyone's going to be late to work. That's like a real life version, you know? And it's like, do we want people to be late for work? Do they deserve that just because someone's about to die in front of it? What if it's 1,000 people on the, you know, like, what if there's 1,000 people on the trolley, you know? Then should you divert it, or should you just let it kill the 5 people, and then that way we can avoid traumatizing the people? What matters more, you know, there we go. There's a much more fun version of it. Deploy the $2. Thank you very much, M. Gala. Thank you very much, Jack Cuff. Here's your simp money. Now drink water. I simp so hard for you, Jack Cuff. No, I was not sarcastic. No sarcasm. I am big Russian man. I have no sarcasm. I can't do no and da. No, wait. Yeah, I can do yes. Because you can say da, and everyone's like, wow, da is Russian. I guess you're doing Russian correctly. Thank you very much, M. Gala. Thank you, Dud. Thank you, Ollie. Here's your €2. Take it or leave it. You know what? I think you'll find the UK is no longer in the EU. And as we all know, every current country in Europe uses the euro. And therefore, I do not take euros anymore. Because I have a very good... You know, my biggest single upset in the world is when people assume the UK uses euros. I don't even know why. It's like, so you guys use the euros over there, right? That's what... It's like, what sort of a statement is that? Like, why would you even... Imagine if I was like, so Americans, you use the cowboy hat as a currency, right? It's like, people who are People who think that they are correct with no basis. People who like, I guess confidently wrong is the phase here. That's the thing that like upsets me the most. I feel like buy more undies. Wait, do you want to see my? I'm gonna avoid the end of that sentence. Buy more undies. Go to. No, okay, that's going like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, cowboy has a currency. Lamau. Also, thank you very much, Sarah E. You know what? Thank you for all the $2 tips. See, $2. It's very easy. You know how much $2 costs in cowboy hats? 2 cowboy hats. That's how much. No, someone responded to my Q&A Saturday, being like, Toy Cat, oh, I can't believe you made this mistake, but a tax return is when the government gives you back money every year, so it's actually a good thing. You want a tax return every year. It's like, why? How did you? Okay, that's fine. Okay, nice. My mum went one step further and converted a bunch of Canadian money into euros. My British roommate's trip back home. I think it's interesting that your mother gives your roommate money. Like, I've never had anyone be that involved in someone else in my life's life. Someone else in my life. Yeah. Okay, I need to get this bottle more drinking with. Let's drink some more. It's just so much effort. Which is fun. I enjoy watching these streams and just vibing. Will you ever make that bridge in the background look better, or is it one of your deliberately questionable builds? Okay, where's the bridge in the background? Unless you mean, oh, that one over there. I have a lot of deliberately questionable bridges. Okay, you know what, chat? Rate this build out of 10. Be honest with me. Rate this build out of 10. What do you think of my bridge? I would love to hear your opinions. Ten, 4, 3. Remember that. I will remember that. 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 0.5. You know what? Chat loves the bridge. Lots of 10s. Collectively, we think it's a 10. No is niet. Not that your Russian needs improving. It's perfect already. Perfect. I pet my cat. My improving in Russian. Wait, I'm gonna try. Adding a Y to the like after the first consonant has been really helping my Russian accent. That is, not learning any language. You know, it's funny. Like everyone's always like, you know what? I'd love to learn another language. I'm just like, I'd love to learn another accent. That's what I enjoy more than anything else. Niet, is many vodka. I do not have. I have but one pet cat. Pet the cat. Very firmly. You can do very firmly. I do not vowel in. How do you say pet the cat? We don't round down H though, says Lamb and Ham. I bet you do. You want my German accent? Germans, you know, we can leave this topic behind. Can you get the longboi out? Everyone get their longboi out. You like my longboi? He's very cute. There is just under 600 of them sold right now, which I think is cool. Wait, let's see how many it is right this moment. 588. Yeah, excited. I can speak in sign language, but it's not exactly something I can share on chat. Just type hand gestures in chat, and then I'll believe you. I've got one accent. It's a hodgepodge of life influences rather than anything valid. I'm from New Jersey. I speak like this. But you don't have a wine call it a Russian accent, but I enjoy it very much. Think about, I am not very good at the Russian. Yeah, it doesn't work for all words, but like cat, a big cat, very big cat. See, right? Very big cat. See, I translated because I know my Russian's getting really good. Spanish / country / educated woman accent. Spanish country educated woman. That's a fun one right there. Hand gestures. Wow, so many people in chat can speak. someone did the sideways thumb and then this one. You know, very funny. 10 out of 10 hand gestures. You know, it looks like you do, in fact, speak sign language. My girlfriend can speak sign language. It's very confusing. Every now and then she does it to me, and I'd be like, you know what? Can we just learn, like... Because it's interesting. Okay, you know, I've got... Tell me if you agree with my argument on this, because it's very dumb and ignorant. But, you know what? She's American, so there's, you know... We're kind of balanced out on this one. But, Tell me what you think about this. I think that, like, learning sign language in terms of being able to, like, give each other hand gestures is a better use of time for us, personally. Because then we'll be able to, like, talk. And just in case someone's listening to us, they won't be, like, or someone deaf is overhearing, they won't know what we're saying. Whereas if we speak sign language to each other, they'd know perfectly what we're saying. Also, thank you for the £2. L4X, I've watched your second channel for years, and I recently got into your main channel when you ignored us for like 2 months. Anyway, how are your South African... Oh wait, are your South Africa plans still on? So, I am very fortunate, I think. I haven't read through the list of exceptions, and I'm not like... You know, I'm not a big believer in like the idea of like... You know, I took one of the... Let's put it this way. There is a 60% chance of me going to South Africa. The 40% is either South Africa putting on restrictions, or my airline going bankrupt, or cancelling my flight. Actually, wait, I think I know my flight number. VS, maybe? Did I get it right? I did. So they flew today. Oh no, this is the wrong flight. Yeah, they're flying like every other day to... Or they're cancelling every other flight, which they're flying every other day. So they're flying like 1 time a week. So there's a good chance my flight will be cancelled, given that most people in the UK aren't legally allowed to travel right now. Again, I'm pretty sure I have an exception. Don't know for sure. Don't intend to find out. Yeah, that's... If you had 1 hour to live with no lockdown, what would you do? All I want... You know what? My life isn't even that different in lockdown and non-lockdown. All I want... is I just want to go to a hair, like, it annoys me that they close, like, hairdressing places, because it's not like, oh yeah, I'm just going to not get, you know, as soon as they open them up again, everyone's going to go in anyway, and it's going to be worse because they're going in a shorter period of time. Like, isn't it, like, basic, like, virus maths that you want to spread people out? It's like when people, like, when there were stores like, oh yeah, to stop the spread of the virus, we're making everyone enter and exit through the same pair of doors. It's like, what do you mean? This isn't how this works. And to me, that sounded like a way of being like, you know what? We need to protect our stuff. Because the harder they make it to leave a store, the harder it is to steal from a store. And maybe they predicted, like, mass, you know, economic... You know, who knows for sure what anyone's thinking at any given point in time. Cursing in BSL isn't what you think it is. Do you think, you know... The biggest problem with, like, sign language is how it literally varies from... Oh, God, we placed these down too early. It literally does vary from country to country. And you might think, like, yeah, of course, French language, sign language is going to be different to English sign language. So there's British Sign Language, BSL. But there's also American Sign Language. And then I think Australia has their own one as well. Like, why did we do this? I know there's New Zealand Sign Language. Why would we? Who is speaking New Zealand Sign Language? Like, what? Who are these people? I'm very confused by all of them. So yeah. Anyway, so I'm potentially going to South Africa. Thank you for the tip, though. Always appreciate. See the £2 tip. It's very small, but it's very easy, and it makes Toycat feel like people are enjoying his time. What's not to love? New Zealand deaf people. You know, when you say it like that, you raise a very good point, Autie Mama. You know what? I didn't even consider that. But you know what? Probably the deaf people in New Zealand are using New Zealand Sign Language. But I mean, like, why can't they use American? Like, I don't mind if they use American even. But, like, surely British or American. I would argue British, but, like, you know, whatever English language floats their boat. Like, making up their own one seems... You know, there's diminishing returns on a lot of things. And, like, the fewer people speak... Oh, God. Let's just make another stack, shall we? The fewer people speak a language, the more problem-filled that becomes very quickly. Are there different kinds of sign languages not similar, like different variations of English? I could be wrong, but because English... Even though, like, they change how they speak, you can like really easily adjust to that. I think American Sign Language and British Sign Language aren't incompatible. Thank you, the resurrection. You know what? That's not $2. You're a monster. You know, I wanna have my stream meltdown moment. I said $2. What is that? Is that $1? I hate you now. You know what? No, thank you for your tip. Just utter despisal. Yeah, can you say hello, my name? Hello, my name is Toycat, and willkommen zurück. I used to be able to say my whole intro in German. Since I stopped going to Germany, my German's just faded. You know, it's almost like it's not okay for me to enter Germany right now. Who knows why? Also, that's not the reason I've stopped. But you know, let's blame everything on it anyway. Like, oh, you know, I would love to spend so much time, like, talking to people in real life. Oh, virus, though, you know. Like, again, I think I mentioned this, like, I'm having a get-together in the not-too-far future. I love the pandemic as an excuse to be like, sorry, we just can't invite many people because you know how pandemics are. You know, like, rule of 6 or whatever the rules are. I'm so sorry. Can't have more than... Also, thank you, Mischievous! It's good to see you. I hope you have a Merry Christmas and a happier New Year. You know what? 2021, it's going to change everything. We all know it. Thank you, Resurrection. You know what? Thank you for the $1. Now I don't despise you. Wasser and Rut is all I know. Also, why am I finding this so hard? Like, what am I... How am I doing this so badly? I genuinely do not know. Okay, let's try all of this here. Like, I'm doing this so horrifically slow. Because I'm responding to chat. You know what? This is all your fault, chat. That's what I'm saying right there. Hey, thank you, Snow. I'm giving you... I hate you too. That's why I'm giving you this money. You know, mutual despisal, A-okay in my opinion. It's sad when you can't see your friends and you're extroverted. I used to think at first this was like... We were basically like putting an extrovert like tax on people, right? But then you realize that like, oh yeah, extroverts like see people anyway. There's always like a rule in place that's like it's okay for like XYZ. In reality, you're like, oh yeah, you make the introverts feel bad for any form. Like, you know, because I don't like social interaction, I avoid it where possible. Having like an excuse to do so is like great on a collective level, sure. Like I have stopped the spread of countless number of COVID particles or whatever. My epidemiology is very good, as you can see, but I've stopped the spread of countless things. But I think at some point, like there are people who have actually been shut in since March. It's like there's like a trade-off point between collective good and personal damage. You know, like an interesting one is like shutting gyms. So like if you could like have a perfectly clean gym, it would actively be fighting against, you know, virus stuff. Because, like, you know, keeping people healthy, the healthier you are, the less likely you are to get, like, blah, 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 blah. It's true for almost... Actually, you know, this isn't even a controversial thing. If you are healthier, you are less likely to die. Chat, do you want to know this crazy... you want to know this crazy fact? If you're healthy, you're less likely to die. I know. It shocked me to learn this, too. I had to ask the scientists to double-check their figures, because it didn't seem believable. But apparently it's true. I'm getting like full-on hiccups from the amount of carbonation in this. Why don't you start Hardcore series at IBX Toycat? As soon as Hardcore comes to Bedrock, I am so excited to start Hardcore series. I'm like basically already there. Mentally, I've already started a Hardcore series. I've just got to wait for the real world to join. I hear that phrase these in the radio sometimes. COVID particles. Right, you got to be like the COVID stuff, the bad thing that we're trying to avoid. Question mark. Question mark. Question mark. It's like, you know, it's like the thing I was saying earlier. Where like, this is me talking about my very bare bones understanding of this. Someone who's like really into it's gonna be like, oh god, how are you that wrong? And that's because we all have different like competency fields. And the fact that there are a lot of people who genuinely don't know the things they're not competent at is like, maybe it's sometimes scary, I guess. Of like, oh, They believe something because they were told it. And then the things that you retain that you're told, there's no truthness to that. It's all based on... The truthness of a fact is not what makes it spreadable. I think I went over this on Seed Sunday, right? Toycat, someone said, oh, you're so smart. I can't believe being healthy means you won't die as much. I know, Mook Rat. This was a bit, honestly, when the scientists discovered this, they were like, wait, no, we must have made a mistake. Surely you mean the opposite, right? But the healthier you are, less likely you are to die. Toycat, I was thinking of traveling to Egypt to study during the next term, but I've been really anxious. What's your advice? Okay, bad advice is don't be anxious. Good advice, you know what? Let's just stick with the bad advice, shall we? Bad advice, don't be anxious. Like how anti-vaxxers are going to argue on me about how herd immunity works. Yeah, it's funny, like, we had anti-vaxxers before, now it's getting real because they're, like, getting closer and closer to, like, asking them to, like, deal with this. I still think the easiest thing any country could do is be like, hey, you don't want the vaccine? Don't have it. But, like, once you get it, here are the benefits. I still don't want it? A-okay. Not your problem, right? Like, as long as enough percentage of people do it, wine makes the fireworks go brr. Russian 101, basically every A sounds like an A, so hard, and every sound sounds hard instead of soft. So cat is kyot, cot. There is big cot. I think cat, big cat, sounds like more correct. Like, obviously, I know you're talking about Russian, the language, and I'm talking about sounding like a Russian speaking English. But you know what? Basically the same thing right there, if you really think about it. Here comes the controversy. Lower the green screen, it's not showing enough of the wall. You know what? You raise a very good point, Gerald K. And because you tipped, you know what? I value your opinion. There we go. Much better. Wait, should I lower this? Can I lower this? I can. There we go. Can you show me the OG version of me, says Longboi. You know what? I cannot. No Longboi for you. I'm just kidding. You want to see the Longboi? Here's the Longboi. Look how cute he is. I want to hug him all day long. Don't you all? I agree. Cat sounds much better. I don't know why that is, though. I guess it's probably like everyone saying cat in chat. I am very big cat. I have big paws. No, paws doesn't work. Big paws. 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 Paws is like posh English, right? Can't wait to cuddle my Longboi. I'm excited for you too, Ice Maiden. I'm excited for you too. Yeah, I wanna dive into another very important hot button issue. This is one that's gonna be very deep into people's psyche. But do you think there's something like special about the period between like Christmas and New Year's, chat? I want to know. You don't have to. You can tell me your honest thoughts on this one. Do you think there's like something special about it? Because to me, I've been like treating it like it's like semi-special this year. Like I think I was like genuinely sad when like all the Christmas stuff got like cancelled. I was like, a part of me was like, oh, how sad. And then I realized like on Christmas Day, I did one of those like video conference calls with the family, and even though I like my family, like the idea of video conferencing was the worst thing in the world. It made me want to die. I was like, oh, I hate this. I hate this. Why am I here? Why is this me? You know, you get me? Do you get me? I don't think you get it. Not really, but a little pre-excitement for New Year's Eve. What is exciting about New Year's Eve to you, PN? Tell me. I always take off work every year. It's not super special, though. Isn't it special if you take it off every year, though? Isn't there like a routine about that? Isn't there like a little bit of a special moment? I think it's a Black Abyss, but no, people have no idea what day it is. Yeah, I've been having the greatest time just like eating. I think I think I mentioned this. Like my Christmas hobby is just eating cold cut meat, just all hours of the day, as well as cheese. Just eating cheese is a very probably not smart decision. But so in other news, I've been having terrible nightmares. You know, maybe that's what Christmas is really there for. But yeah, all celebrations are made up concepts with 8. Escapism from constant existential dread. You assume that existential dread is the default state of being, though. Which is, like, fair enough if it's been your default state of being for a while. Bob. But I think most people don't deal with existential dread. Like, it's a very terrifying feeling. Because, you know, like, if everything is good, or at least nothing is bad, why are they bad anyway? Is a very, you know, no one's gonna like that. No one's like on board with that as a set of feelings. Oh god, this is so much of a nightmare to do, but we're doing it. I spent more money than I intended to, so no more Russian lessons. Don't you know you're supposed to have your nightmares before Christmas? You know, Alicia Post, 10 out of 10. Big fan. Cheesy joke, but it's okay because it's a cheesy dream. Toy Cat, what do you think about Twitter's awful cancel culture? I think, okay, you know how I was saying earlier, one of the things we're really good at uniting as humans are concepts that very few people oppose. Like everyone hates 2020 because who's like, I like 2020. No, you like something that happened in 2020. No one has an attachment to the year. But we all convince ourselves we hate it. So Twitter is just an extension of that, but inside your own bubble. Like, I feel like Twitter is the worst social media because Twitter encourages you to form a bubble of only people who agree with you. Why would you follow people who you vehemently disagree with? I actually think following, like, you know, like, YouTubers or following people you disagree with is good, but, like, why would you ever... You're not going to follow your uncle or the man who runs the sawmill plant. Fix the green screen. Oh, the green screen is broken, Forgotten Realms. My bad. There you go. Sorry about that. Very unprofessional here, I know. Okay, we're gonna finish this area first. This is like, let's get a mental checklist going. One of the most, like, whenever I like run out of like steam, I think it's important to be like, you know what, have consistent, clear, easy targets. Like, okay, let's finish this like backside of the mountain. It's basically finished. Let's have basically finished become actually finished. Very easy to do. I like debating people I disagree with. I learn things, but a lot of people mistake debate for argument. Yeah, exactly. The art of debate versus arguing is a lost one. And so on Twitter, it's a microcosm of that because you're in this area where like you hate a thing, and every single person you're on board with hates the thing too. I mean, doesn't everyone universally hate, I don't know, the concept of billionaires? Doesn't everyone universally hate the political party that isn't your one? Doesn't everyone universally hate, you know, terrorists? Or, like, people from, you know, like, they're like, there are some things that, like, see, you know, what's another great example? But, like, in reality, when you start to, like, you know, like, doesn't everyone hate taxes? Oh, some people are like, oh, no, taxes are really good, actually. And it's like, oh, yeah, you can voluntarily pay them. No, they're really good when you force people to. Anyway, so, Ollie says, on the other hand, your experience of social media is shaped by the people you follow. Yeah, exactly, but on Twitter, because Twitter deliberately gives you people to follow, like, deliberately lets you follow whoever you want. And that's a good thing. I think that's how our social media should be. The bubble effect is the strongest there. And so, as a result, people gather around things that they all disagree with. And it's like, oh, everyone hates this, of course. And then it's easy to talk about it. And it's like, wait, there are people who still like the thing everyone hates. Like, imagine, okay, you're a normal human being, right? What are you? You're a normal... you're a normal human being, and therefore you hate dying. You know what? You want people to not die anymore. You have that crazy opinion that death is bad. Okay, yep. But then you find a sect of Twitter, or let's just say you find someone who says, oh, actually, I'm a big fan of death. I wish people... I want to kill every human being. I want to launch nuclear Armageddon on the West to cleanse us for our sins. And you'd be like... This person needs to be... What is wrong with them? Right? That would be your reaction. I assume, at least. I mean, your reaction could be a lot more complex, or a lot less complex. Imagine you're a normal human being. That's a tool order toy cat. Tax is good. For instance, me think about paying for unnecessary things because I can't. Oh yeah, but like no one likes them on themselves, right? Everyone likes the idea of taxes in general. No one likes them on themselves. Everyone's like, yeah, we should have things that are paid for by this like concept of centralized funding, and like people should pay for that. Oh, you want my money? No. You know, right? Like when you want the government to pay, you know, like that's how people like. It's a very simple like little problem, right? Anyway, so gonna get drunk and make pasta, says Sarah E. I'm going to going to drink myself many vodka. Have very happy evening in with pasta. There we go. I don't like how confusing taxes are, but like you know, it's no one is like, oh, I love them. I wish I could pay more. Everyone's like, I wish you will find it's somewhat common. I'd say it's like 30-40% of the population are like, I wish other people would pay more. There's no one who's like, I would love. Don't raise them on everyone else. Raise them on me. I want to pay. You know, like because obviously, you personally. I don't want to get into a whole talk about tax theory right here. But it's like, if you wanted to spend your money on something, you would. You wouldn't be like, I want to give this to someone else to decide what to spend it on. There are situations where it's worth giving up that individualized ability to spend so that we can do collective things, but no one thinks it's worth their ability, right? It's like, hey, thank you, Melody Lewis. Thank you very much. It's like, no one is usually, people usually suggest like, I don't know, what's a comparable measure? Like, you know what? We should have more serious restrictions on everyone else. Like, the way I live my life to deal with the virus is great. Like, no one's ever like, oh, it got more serious, so I'm gonna make my life better. It's like, oh, everyone else should, like, really stop, you know, meeting up or going to the gym. Getting their hair cut is killing grandma. Do you think piasta is how cats should share piasta? Maybe I should be saying it like that. Okay, that went to Arnold Schwarzenegger. Also, thank you, Melody Lewis, for becoming a member of the channel. I think again, either that or I recognize your name from somewhere else. I don't know what it is. Please raise my taxes. I make plenty, says Robin Blux. See, right, but like, what you presumably mean, you don't actually think to yourself, I would like my paycheck to get smaller, right? You want the money to go to a good place, but it's a very easy thing to do if you want your money to go to a good place. Wouldn't you rather give it to a charity that cares about the specific issue, rather than knowing that, for instance, some of your money is going towards killing? Actually, you know, I don't know why. You know, you might be American. You're probably American statistically. Some of your money goes towards killing people in third world countries, right? Do you want that? Probably not. Some of your money goes to, you know, like whatever you agree on. Like, because government is a collection of everyone, there are things you despise that are being paid for by that collective pool. And that's why people generally hate taxes. They love the idea of them being paid in general. You might want them to be raised in general. You might think they're a good idea or a worthwhile idea in general. But no one loves like, oh yeah, tax season. Guess who's getting a bunch of money being asked for them from their favorite representative. Okay, there we go. We're good. We nailed it. Thank God. Giving to charity is tax deductible. It's tax deductible, but it's still better to not donate to charity in terms of saving money. Like it's like you'll save like the tax you would have paid on. You know, we could do a whole tax lesson here. Toy Cat gives many tax lessons. You see, if you want to commit tax evasion, do not tell government how much you make. Okay, I'm going into Borat every time now. I haven't even watched Borat in forever. I hear there's a new movie. I don't know if it's any good. But wouldn't you know that taxes go back to you in terms of benefits and public spending? But there's a very interesting thing, right? This is a fun debate to have with anyone. Okay, so hypothetically, right? You and two friends put $10 each in to get a pizza, right? Yep, and then you all collectively agree what that $30 pizza should be. Why is pizza $30? Because it makes my argument easy. So you all agree that every week you're gonna put $10 in, fix the green screen, move it up. Oh, so sorry, Josie. My green screen's my bad. I can fix this. There we go. There we go. I'm so sorry. My bad. I moved it up now. I moved it up. But if three friends are paying like $10 each to get pizza every week, And then, you know, actually, we have progressive taxation. So, you know, you realize that your richest friend should pay $15, your poorest friend should pay $5, and then you should pay 10 as the median. But even when you're putting in your 10 and you're getting $10 back in pizza, it's not the same as spending $10 on pizza yourself. I mean, admittedly, there are some benefits. Like, you're not making the decision on where that money is being spent. You're making 1/3 of the decision. So, like, even if the benefits were $10 worth, it's still worse than spending the $10 yourself. Usually, again, when it comes to infrastructure, you can't build your own bridge. You can't build your own road. You can't build your own school. Actually, wait, people homeschool all the time. I have a friend who was homeschooled, and as a result, a lot of bad things happened to them. And ever since then, I thought, like, you know what? Homeschooling, not good. This is how people justify letting their children be predated on the internet. Anyway, so I can't tax because taxes are awesome. Wait, you know what? Here's a cool thing, Robin Brooks. I have a vehicle for you. I have a vehicle for you. First of all, you know, I appreciate you. This is you're one of the subscribers I spot here a lot. You're a member, love it a lot. But I want to say that technically speaking, if you give me money, just about half of it, it's 47% in case you're curious, goes towards the British government, and the British government uses that money to fund things you might enjoy: universal healthcare, including pandemics, a defense policy that's slightly less aggressive overseas. We use it to fund international aid, etc., etc. There's a lot of good things the UK government probably does. Every dollar you give to me, 47 cents goes to the British government. Wouldn't you love that? Actually, wait, if you give it via Super Chat, 30% goes to America, of which basically none. Hello, I'm a black screen today. Why am I a black screen? Some would say they don't know the answer to that. But my stream crashed, maybe. It was sad. I was going on a whole rant, and you missed it all. So look, I'm a black screen now, and here we are. Huh. Very strange. Oh, there we go. We're good. We're just going to raise this a little bit more. There we go. I fixed everything. Yeah, I need to... It's funny. I found out what was causing my crashes, and it was my old webcam. And so I literally just bought a new webcam. It was a very expensive one, but I was like, you know, it's worth it to stop the stream crashes, because a lot of people don't know a stream crash isn't the end of a stream. And, you know, whatever. Anyway, hello again, Pien. What are you doing? What are you doing for New Year's Eve, Pien? This is me asking to try and score an invite to a country I'm not allowed into. You know, you said America repeatedly. It was great. America, 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 America. There we go. We can have a repeat of the greatness. Yeah, I think I've actually run out of Netherrack. So let's just cover up the bold patches, and then hope no one notices. That is my new high-quality idea. If anyone dislikes it, then they're not true Americans. Wait, okay, so America. So if we take the E sound, meh, becomes meh. Meh. You were like, yeah, there we go. You said American government 27 times. The only tax I regret not paying is the toy cat tax. But like it's like a fundamental... It's interesting because there's like a lot of benefits in the real world to joining forces of things, right? Like, if 100 people build a bridge, it's going to be much better than a bridge one person builds. But there's also a lot of things that get worse like that because you lose individual control. Is control worthwhile as an entity, or is it a vague concept that doesn't exist in the modern world? There's an interesting debate. You know, can you really have control in a world that looks like ours? Who knows? But okay, we're gonna fill this in the laziest way we can, and just hope it looks okay. So your official invite to get drunk with me on New Year's Eve. Bring your GF, says PN. See, this is me reporting you to the Dutch police. Wow. We no. That's against the rules, probably. Actually, I don't know what the rules are in the Netherlands. I just like to pretend to call other people out for that sort of thing. Because everyone loves snitches. That's my, you know, it's funny, right? There's this funny line between like being a brave citizen and reporting to the police and being a snitch, right? Like, even if someone like broke a rule I wasn't a fan of, I'd feel really uncomfortable reporting someone to the police or even to their employer, you know? You ever see, hey, if you don't remember me, I'm Triple Threat. I changed my name. I miss donating. Lovely videos. Finally able to donate again. Good to see you, Eden KL. You got a very cute hamster picture now. You're allowed to invite 2 people. So does that mean you're allowed to invite, like, you're allowed to have 3-person New Year's Eve parties? That's a very specific thing. Toy Cat, if your tax rate is 47%, presumably as a sole trader, why don't you use a limited company so it's 26% or less? Okay, so, do you want to do a deep dive into the British tax system? Oh, you better believe you do, L4X. So in most countries, it is better to incorporate. Man, this is like, I could make an entire 3rd channel video on this. Because I genuinely have considered it before. There was a couple of years on YouTube that if I had incorporated, I would have saved so much money. Like, we're talking like 5 digits amount of money. Guess you're not, Karen. Yeah, people who love, like, there's this type of personality that's like, and like, you know, I don't know. It's fine, but it's not where my interest lies. I don't want to. I would like you not to do things, but I'd like you not to do things because you don't want to, not because you think I'll call the police on you or whatever else. Well, 2 people are on your household, so if your household 6 people, you invite 2, that can be 8. Can you invite an entire household? If so, could you have like 2 6-person? You know, I love rules because they obviously like, we don't know how to govern social contact because it's not a thing that has ever been done. It's very funny to look at. Anyway, so if you want to know it's usually a better idea to incorporate as a business because when you pay taxes as a sole proprietor, as it's called in America, I think it's called, you usually pay a very high tax rate because you're paying basically like you're being paid as an employee. But if you can incorporate as a business and you can pay a way lower percent. In the UK, I think it's as low as 21% right now. And you'd assume to yourself, oh, 21% is less than 21% is in fact less than 47%. 26% is also less than 47%. Also, thank you very much, Eden KL. It's an Xmas potato, actually. Wait, is that true? Wait, chat. Is Eden KL's profile picture a potato or a hamster? I'm seeing a hamster. I'm not seeing anything else. So, you know, this is a 3rd channel video. I can sense everyone being like, Toy Cat, you know, it's New Year's Eve. Please stop talking about taxes. So 2 people are allowed to visit a household of 4, but those 4 people are not allowed to visit the house of 2 people. See, that's fun. I like rules. Rules are fun. If only we had more rules. The only thing stopping me having fun most of the time is rules. Am I right? Am I right, fellas? Do I have any lava on me? I've got so much garbage. I need to, like... I'll put it in a chest, actually. There we go. That way when people play this map, they'll assume this is a chest of one of the music discs. And it'll just be a chest filled with garbage that I picked up. Like, you know what? Don't really need this. Don't really need this. Or that. Or those. Or these. How did I get 4 glass bottles? Okay. Anyway, so, basically, being a business seems smarter. But, but the thing is, once you pay the 21% tax, you then have to pay tax to take that money from the business to yourself. You can't just spend the business's money like it's your own money. And that's fine if you, like, already have money. But my intention is to build some amount of personal wealth. I don't know how, I don't know what. Let's just leave it at that. Like, I want to own a house for myself rather than my business owning a house. And so if you want the money to get to yourself, you've got to pay taxes on, usually dividends, but you could pay income taxes too. And those taxes, if I'm not mistaken, are like 37.5% in the UK. So you'd end up paying like 26% and then 37%. And if I'm not mistaken, I might have done the maths wrong there. I think it ends up being exactly the same, minus a few hundred. But then by the time you pay an accountant, and the fact that running a business is a serious legal undertaking. Like, if you might think like, oh, it's a fun joke. It's like, no, if you misfile taxes, it's like, you know, like that's like not only a financial penalty, potential prison sentence, because it's a public business. The government need, you know, like when you, an interesting thing. Incorporation is okay. Can I talk about one of my favorite concepts in the modern world that people don't even think about? But incorporation is fast. The idea that we have businesses that exist separately to the people who run them. It seems like an it seems like, what does that even do? Is that just like a tax dodge? But it's like, no, it means that if your business goes under, you don't go under as a person. Right now, if I don't know, like if you if you are sued by your dad because you know what, you were a bad son, you know, let's be honest, you were a bad daughter. Daddy government wants his cut. At what point is it not a cut and it's the you know, there's a fascinating argument about that we can dive into another time. But there's okay, we're gonna grab all of the Netherrack bar 8. Oh, it's getting scary now. We might not finish. I want to believe. But yeah, so it's LTD, limited liability. Incorporation, LLC. In Germany, it's called GmbH. In Sweden, it's called AB. But basically, the idea of every country has this because it's a really good idea. If you are sued, if your business is sued, it doesn't mean the people who invest in it go under. Like, if I own stock in Coca-Cola, when Coca-Cola... Also, thank you, Ranger Peeps. Love your streams and Minecraft Dungeon Beans. Thank you! I'm sorry, Ranger Peeps. I missed it, and I'm terrible. But yeah, so limited liability is one of the smartest inventions. Because it means that you cannot... if I own shares in Coca-Cola, and Coca-Cola gets, you know, like a $1 trillion fine, or like, you know, they go under, they just, you know, like, all that matter, you lose your money, you lose your shares, but you don't get then, like, taken back for that loss. Whereas if in real life, you know, like, if you lose $1 million gambling that you don't have, you know, you get $1 million worth of debt, they can come after your house, they can come after your car, they can come after the money that you have buried in your garden if they know about it. Also, don't light up your lobster roll this time. Here's the Toy Cat tax. Hope you have a good day about Hob Minecraft myself. Love playing with you live. You know, my girlfriend is many delightful things, but a lobster roll chef, she is not. No, honestly, like, I was, like, a little upset, but, like, I was in a video. But, like, she like, played with the oven setting. She put it to max, and that's why it got burnt. Like, I leave it on, like, middle, because then you can leave it for longer. And that was the reason it got horribly burned. I didn't even know why. It was like, what is going on here? Anyway, so you should build a giant emerald cube. Great ideas, Zaid Ortega. Make a shirt that says, you know, that's a fun idea. So yeah, thank you very much, Nosa. I appreciate the $5 tip. Toy Cat, she did a good-looking build once. Not to insult you, but I really want to see a good, modern, good-looking build. I think if people saw that, they'd be like, oh, okay. Like, it's not what you come to me to see, is it? It's like, let's put it this way. I really like cute... Let's leave it at that, actually. I like... Wait, I'm trying to think of something I've said publicly so I don't have to, like, share any embarrassing details. I think that red, as in literally red hair, very attractive. Big fan of red hair. But just because I like it in my potential, in people who are attractive to me, it doesn't mean I'm like, oh yeah, but I also like red cars. It's like when I'm going for cars, I'm not trying to get a, I'm not trying to find those appealing. I want a thing that, you know, like that. You get me? When I want a cat, I don't want a red cat. It's different. When I want to get a drink, my drink is orange in a green bottle. Look at that. Wait, you want to see my drink straw again? Did you hear that? I think I'm like running out and that's why it's starting to be a much more consistent fluid actually. Looks at red car, blushes profusely. Right, I'm gonna go dye my hair red. So LR. You know what? Sounds good. Send pics. But also yeah, this tree. I think we need to replace it with like a Netherrack tree, right? Chat. I'm gonna With your own LTD, you pay yourself a salary to keep the basic rate of dividend tax, which is 7.5%. So 7.5%, that's 19% corporation tax, is an effective 26%. So, again, I don't want to dive into my specific tax situation, L4X. I'm sure you can obviously look into this yourself. I can assure you that, like, taxes are like a fit. Like, I've checked multiple times because it's against the orthodoxy of everyone. I had an accountant look over the numbers, and he's like, yeah, actually, for where you are, there's a very specific place where it doesn't make sense to incorporate. And it's usually if you're earning, like, less than, like, a certain amount, and then if you're earning between two certain amounts. And I'm currently between those two certain amounts. One of the pluses of having red hair is having red hair is middle-aged women always compliment me, says a choink. See, I think, I've seen so many middle-aged women with red hair that, like, it clearly must have... Like, I wonder why that is. Like, you know how there are some trends that, like, catch on to, like, people of all ages? It's like Facebook. At one point, that was a cool social media for, like, you and your friends. Now it's just old people. It's just... And I feel like red has a stereotype of being that, too. Like, if you want to be young and have red hair, you have to, like, do it a particular way, you know? There's like, steps involved, you know? You know how it is. Whereas you can just be like, oh yeah, look, my hair is pink. My hair is blue. Wow, look, it shows that I am cool. And that's, you know, that's Toy Cat's understanding of hair colors. You're welcome. A degree in water, the gel slow. But yeah, so in case you're curious, the dividend rate is 7.5%, only until you pay yourself a certain amount of dividends, L4X, and then it gets much higher. I want to say it's 32.5%. I think I was wrong with 37.5. And then I think it also gets to 30. No, it does go up to 37.5. Once you earn like 100 and something thousand, maybe. So there you go. There's the tax rates in the UK. Do you mean like red ginger or red artificial? Red artificial. You know, I was definitely. You know, it's like I wasn't here to talk about my hair color preferences. I've done it. Lord knows I've done enough of that over time. But like, yeah, red artificial. It looks delightful. I'm having to send in my tax before my daughter demands her main computer back. Does that make me a mature adult? See, you could the fact that you're like preparing for it rather than assuming like it'll just happen. To me, that is a sign of a mature adult. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, why are you building a Netherrack mountain? By the way, you should replace that tree of Netherrack. Oh, yay, chat. Okay, I need your advice, internet friends. Boys and girls, lovers and friends. Oh, and Harrison, if you're watching this will be important for a video. Save this and call it like Netherrack Mountain 3.5. Chat. So I've done a really... I'd like to believe we've done a good job. We've finished up... Wait. So I've now finished... Wait, I'm going to have to remove my webcam. You know, I'll just record this myself. But you need to record this too, Harrison. You know, no one else needs to understand what I'm saying there. Okay, so we've entirely Netherracked the mountain. But now the important question comes. And that important question is, what do we do with this tree? I think we should replace it with a Nether tree. And so I'm going to ask my live chat, what do you want? A crimson tree or a warped tree? Blue or red? What do you want? Blue tree, red tree? Decide, chat, right now. We could go for crimson. We could go for warped. Blue tree, red tree. Future video moment. This poll will be in that video. All of your responses are going to be shown in there. Not me talking about it, of course. Red like the hair. I like your argument, Brandon. I feel like I'm seeing a lot more blue. Yeah, I think blue is a better contrast, honestly. You know what? You have convinced me. So what we're going to do is we're going to fly all the way. Actually, I'm going to go get some... Oh, no, I don't need to. We can get it on the way back. Half would be cool too. Oh no, I don't want to get Elder Guardian. Okay, thank God I did. Make it purple. Red, because blue won't look good in Netherrack. You know, I think blue will look good in Netherrack. We have conflicting views, but I hope we can find a place that we agree. So I'm going to throw my empty shulker boxes now in here. Clearly don't need those anymore. Oh god, I have so many empty shulker boxes now. That's fine. That's okay. Actually, is there any Netherrack lying around here? Or did I use all of that? Oh my god, I have used up everything. All of the Netherrack in my world is being used on this project. And that's quite something. That is quite something. So let's throw the steak in there. Let's throw these out here. Let's switch out to that. And let's go get a blue tree. So yeah, I never make it out to the stream, but I finally made it. Notice my toy cat says Fundraise. If you typed in chat for that poll, you'll show up in a video about 3 months from now, or whenever it finally gets done. So I want some warp nilium. I'll just take the whole stack. Actually not. Should I take the whole stack? I'll take the whole stack. And then I'll take a bone. And then I'll take 1 warped fungi. Actually, do I need a whole bone? I don't want a whole bone. Let's not be too good to myself. Actually, I might need the whole bone. I might need more than 1 bone. What are the odds of me doing that? If you can trap an Edmund Lamb, please. I'm sure there's a big stash of Netherrack somewhere in your world. Yeah, the funny thing, like, the funny thing is, I bet you're totally right too. Like, it would surprise me if there wasn't. It would surprise me if there wasn't. So grab a whole bunch more Netherrack. This is what I have to put up with, chat. Yeah, my ability of making videos very low, some would say. Very low. Harrison puts my messages in lots of videos. Thank you, Harrison, if you see this. Harrison does it. When the map comes out, you can use chat to find things in your chests for you. Oh, yeah, that's that's the dumbest, most genius thing. I love that so much. But yeah, if you're wondering who is the genius behind the 4th channel, IBX4Cat, it's your boy Harrison. Is his real name Harrison? Some say yes. Some say that's just a stage name. Harrison is very underappreciated. Okay, I tried my best. Oh no, I wanted to get more... Okay, whatever, we didn't. Hey, Terracotata! Thank you for eating soup. Also, no sir for saying Twin Cat is yes. Appreciate you. Internet fellas. Oh god, where's the mountain? Here it is. Oh wait, this isn't right. This is... Let's try that again. Okay, so now we have to remove the webcam again. We get all the blocks we want out here. Okay, that. We make some bone meal. Okay, we're gonna do it now. Okay, so remove webcam. Okay, chat voted for the warp. So, chat voted for the warp fungus, so I headed across my world. Now we can remove the tree and all of its terrible bearings. We'll just shear those out there. Oh, actually, I might break my shears by doing that. You know, we'll come back in a minute. So now I have to come back in a minute. Or we could just break them live. You know what? I can't bring myself to do that. Let's just place some Netherrack because I need the inventory spaces anyway. You know, are Christmas songs still acceptable? Like, I like Christmas songs in, like, February, but that's just me. Where did the... I don't know why. I feel like that's Russian, even though it's definitely French. Like, I am big... You know, damn it. My accent's getting all mixed up now. This is why you don't drink Bucks Fizz. It's just too Christmassy. I'm drunk on Christmas, am I right, friends? Wait, I've got to like... It's so... Oh, God! Oh, no! Oh... It was all in the straw, so it just... Oh, God. Oh, I'm very sticky now. Worst things to... Go! Good Lord. Okay, I'm gonna go wipe this off me. Do not like. Okay, so, oh, God. Oh, this is very gross. You know what? Lessons learned. Do not use a mega straw to drink from a glass bottle while streaming. You know, you can do 2 of those things together. But when you do all 3, it gets bad. I am now a sticky toy cat. Oh, life is pain. Good morning, internet. Took out tax paid in full up front. Hey, do you not add hominy? Wait, do you know what hominy is? Do you like it? I do not know what hominy is, actually. It sounds like I'm being tricked into saying a bad word. Oh, well, the good news is, I didn't die in a house fire in the time I was gone. That's big progress, am I right? Am I right, chat? Tell me I'm right. I would like to hear. Hi, 4th channel. Oh, this is a rare exclusive 1st channel video, actually. Sticky cat becomes clean. Jeez, take a shower. Yeah, after this, I'm 100% taking a shower. Don't you worry. And I'm throwing out my trousers as well. You know, one of my favorite things in the world. Can I describe one of the rare pleasures that no one appreciates but me? Okay, I can, but perfect. One of my favorite little pleasures is being able to throw something away. Like I don't like that. Like, it's because I've owned a home for 4 years now. The amount of stuff that's just accumulated. Like, you think that having a room is hard and like moving all your stuff out of your room would be a real challenge. Imagine you have multiple rooms filled with stuff. Ugh. Like, I can genuinely see the appeal of like renting for life when you compare it that way, because then you just move from place to place and like obviously a furnished apartment or something, and like I'm genuinely considering, like, you know what, that's like one of those responsibility versus like well-being things. Like, you know, I can choose to not take up responsibility. It'll really help me. I'm sorry I'm putting this behind because I'm trying to get a clean recording of the thing. Oh, you only need the chat, Harrison. You only need the chat. Don't worry. I apologize profusely for misleading you with my words. Oh no, it's not going to be disintegrating because I wasn't near it. See, this is the real tragedy. Decluttering is a whole thing. But it takes so long. Like, picking stuff up is so instinctual, but throwing stuff away is so hard by comparison. And it's just like, this isn't fair. This isn't okay. But yet, it still happens anyway. Okay, now we're going to finally do it. No, wait, we're going to go to sleep first. Not even notice. Just remove all of these, and we're good to go. Oh, I can't pick up the tree. Oh, I threw away the trees, right. That's why I can't pick them up. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, but breaking up my hands is probably a lot smarter. Hey, Toy Cat. Just joined. How's your day? It says Tubeless Dino. You know what, Tubeless Dino? Someone's asking the important questions. How am I doing? Good. Okay, now we can do this. Look at this. This is Toy Cat making the videos while he makes. You can't sleep in the Nether, says George. Held. I should set like the bed up to like a trap thing so you can like make it explode. There's gonna be a lot of fun with that. You need to have a yard sale, says Ned Oren. But that takes a whole day, right? Like, who wants to do that just to get rid of things? Like, I just want the things to be gone. Oh, you can't see me, but I'm jamming along with Big Step. Thank you, Mr. Jalon. Okay, so we're going to place down our Warp Nilium. I only need 9 blocks because, you know what, it's a very small little patch of it. And then where this torch is, actually, I guess next to the torch. You know, I haven't considered this one all the way through. What we're going to do is we're going to take our little Warp Fungus, place it down there, and pray that this grows it up. Okay. Gonna need more bones. Oops. Okay, so it turns out 1 bone was not enough. Now we know, though. Now we know. We'll kill some skeletons tonight. It'll be fine. Maybe, actually, I think we could probably find some bones and like... We'll find bones, don't worry. Bones will be found. You need to name the tree after Harrison. He deserves it. This is the Harrison tree. Also, thank you for the $5 non-existent abnormally. Don't look this way, please. I will not look this way at the non-existent abnormality. Abnormality? Abnormality. There we go. I did it. I said the words. I told you the odds were very high. You know, I didn't listen, and now I'm regretting it. Now I'm regretting it. Anyway, so today we learned a lesson. And that's okay. Also, thank you, Jack Cuff. Hello, video. You know what? You were a little too late. Also, we all know the way to interrupt a video is I'm Welsh. You know, are you is this amateur hour, Jack Welsh? Is that what this is? That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. So we're going to just finish on the last few blocks around here. Shouldn't be too hard to do. Yeah, I'm definitely going to run out of Netherrack. I've kind of concluded, like, okay, we're gonna need more Netherrack at some point, sure. But as far as what we have done, we just need that to be, like, semi-consistent. So we're just going to move out to the side a few blocks every now and then. Okay, easy stuff. And then we go to the side again. And then once we get to the top, we're all good to go. Nice. And then another block here, I guess. Boom, and now we fill in the gap. And now at least it looks like it was an intentional decision. My favorite thing in Minecraft is when you run out of resources and have to go, well, let's make do with what we have. Which honestly, like, it sounds like a bad thing, but like, dealing with limited resources is a lesson that Minecraft teaches you really well. Like, one of the struggles in the real world is people making the assumption of, like, we can do everything and anything. You know? But actually every action has an opportunity cost. Like, you know how I mentioned there's not been a flu case in New Zealand this year? And we could have been doing this every year. But it's like, well, we've decided that the mental health downsides, the government oversight downsides, etc., are just too high to justify normally. Who knows if that'll be the case now that the winds have shifted. There is a cost to doing everything. And just because something is good, it doesn't mean it doesn't come without cost. Like, the thing you might want most in the world. I mean, like, you know, on a personal level, like, oh yeah, if I want to tip Toy Cat £1, that's £1 I can't spend on lobster rolls. You know, like, there is a trade-off to every economic decision that you can make. And I think Minecraft is cool at being like, you know, you can use this shulker box full of Netherrack now. Then you can't use it in the future, though. Just be warned. Also, it's Magellan. By the way, nice pronunciation. You're welcome, Magellan. Thank you very much for the $2. See, I like today. $2 stream. It's so easy. You just $2. You like a thing. You want to support it. You want to show you like it, like Magellan did. $2. You know, this is Toy Cat simping for your money. Why does Toy Cat even want your money? Because you know what? Toy Cat likes money. Because then I can make my economic decisions. You know what? I'm gonna buy like some Nando's in South Africa with it, or whatever. You know, actually, I need to look into like, because you know, okay, so I'm potentially going somewhere soon, but like, in 2020, you don't know if you're going anywhere until you're like on a plane. And so I haven't done any of the research for like where or what or how or why I'm staying, you know. Don't you have plenty of opportunity to mine more Netherrack? But then I have to spend a lot of time doing it, right? Like, and that's Netherrack I could be using for other things. See, there is a real trade-off matrix involved. Also, are you playing Keyboard House because there's no controller hints, but you have the controller thing in your inventory? Oh yeah, you don't have this on mouse and keyboard, do you? Interesting. Now I'm playing on a controller. I mostly play on a controller. Who was that guy who simps his grandmother, says LR? I still simp for my grandmother, thank you very much.
I appreciate you.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate you too, non-existent abnormality. I appreciate you too. But like, you know what? It kind of like to go back, almost full circle. We were talking about, like, you know, like, if you, even holding a yard sale takes, like, a day of your time just to go to things you don't want. Like, it's, also I like how the normal llamas hang out with the wandering trail llama. It's very cute. Do you want to know a crazy thing? When those two llamas hang out, there's this, like, super speed glitch that tends to happen. I don't know why. I just know it's very cute. Let's continue doing this all the way around this side until this looks relatively done. The hardest part of life is cost-benefit analysis. I agree, Pat Merriman. There is this hard time in knowing what is worth your time and what is worth your money. And sometimes when it takes a little bit of time and a little bit of money, is it worth the little bit of both? You know, like the whole concept behind couponing is like it allows people who are willing to spend time a way to get a discount that they think they have earned. In reality, it's just, you know, a way to make it so that discounts aren't available to everyone, even though most people end up getting them. Like, in the UK, I'm sure everyone knows this, Domino's always has some form of 2-for-1 promotion or get 50% off. And then they market their pizzas as being crazy expensive. It's like £17. It's like $25 maybe, $24. It's really expensive for a Domino's pizza in the UK. And then you get 50% off and you're like, wow, it's so cheap, half price. And sometimes you get other offers on top of half price. And then they've like effectively shifted the perceptions of what normal is. Even when you see a pizza that just is honest and says it's £9, you're just like, oh, it must be half as good. It's not, you know, like using price as a way of like anchoring value is very, very, very interesting. But it works, and then being able to like trying to see through that is hard. And even when you don't try to see through, even if you just try to take life at face value, how do you decide, should you have that £17 pizza, or should you use that £17 to, you know, like, you know, tip your favorite YouTuber, or should you use that £17 to buy a game that you enjoy when it's on sale, even though you know you probably won't play it, but you'll get joy in buying the thing. There's a lot of hard questions that you could ask when it comes to cost-benefit analysis. And no one knows for sure what the correct answers are. Some would even say there aren't any. Also, why are you building a Netherrack mountain? Why aren't you building a Netherrack mountain? You ever realize how twisted the societal narrative is? That I'm the weird one? You know, maybe we're all weird in our own little way. Maybe that's the real lesson to take here. I think Toycat's assistant needs more appreciation, actually. So Harrison's been getting a lot lately. So everyone should... Okay, you know what? Now, there's a little bit of a secret. I've been meaning to share this with you for a while. Harrison actually is my assistant. We invented a female persona so that they could seem like different people. But Harrison is, in fact, my assistant. I know this is a big shock to all of you. I wanted to keep this secret for longer. But, you know, now you know. You're welcome. Domino's is so good, says Lashty. See, in America, I've never met anyone who doesn't despise pizza chains. And I'm fascinated because you use the US dollar, which is the currency of the United States. They don't use cowboy hats. It would be offensive if I implied they did. Or like, oh, so in America they use the peso, right? Like the American peso. I'm pretty sure that's what they use up there. Or breaking the secrets. Did his persona have red hair? You better believe it did. Wait, actually, you know, I wanna... No, okay. I was like, wait, does my assistant have red hair? I have to, like, mentally check. I was like, nope, not true. I wanted to... I can tell the difference between Madison and Harrison's editing. You know, yeah, one's way better than the other, am I right? Slam dunk. Yeah, I don't even know who I'm slam dunking. Just trying to do it. So, the Mexican peso is the dominant currency in Missouri for a couple of decades. See, that's crazy if true. Don't know if it is. Just a random dude on the internet saying so. But I like to believe so. I like to believe him. I like to believe him. Okay, so let's place some more Netherrack over here. We're making good progress all of a sudden. You know, I'd like... As soon as I finish drinking the Bucks Fizz, we've had this renewed sense of progress. I'm very proud of us. We should all be proud of us, chat. Let's all have a moment just to be proud. Close enough to $2 after Susan. Wait, £5, take away 30%, £3.50. It's actually more than £2 after both Susan and taxes. Aren't you proud? Aren't you proud? Is there any way I can email you designs for merch? Don't have social media and can't comment, sorry. Email it to toycatassistant@gmail.com. Honestly, you got life problems you want to talk about? Toycatassistant@gmail.com. It's the right place to go. Okay, I'm gonna kill some skeletons now. Is that a skeletons? That's not a skeletons. You're not a skeletons either, but you'll do. Not a skeletons. Oh wait, I need to repair my shears. Okay, too late. Anyone see a skeleton around here? No skeleton? Usually when you've got one dark area it's like surrounded by light, it's really easy to see. But I see no skeletons today. Skeleton warrior. Second live stream I've made. Here's your allowance, says Emily Martin. I love how often that's a... You know, Pookie, you've started another thing. You've started the allowance being a widespread way of saying this. Go find bones. You know what? You find bones. Oh, I bet I know where bones are. I bet there's some in the desert temple. Like, that strikes me as a thing that I've done at some point. Just thrown them in there as a lazy way to get rid of them. Also, I'm hoping there's Netherrack in there. Like, I have everything in these chests for no good reason. Let's hope that that includes Netherrack. Okay, there are bones. That should be enough, I'm hoping. Sand. Yeah, there's like almost everything in there. Not in any consistent order, but there's lots of things. Even stone. Some raw pork chops. So, some dirt. That's cool. Yeah, this isn't going anywhere. So what we're going to do after we... You know, this approach I need to work on. That block there. That block there. Easy enough. I need to do that. I need to up there. You know, there's a lot of... It's going to be a lot of, like, tiny little nooks and crannies to cover. I might have to do, like, a Q&A Saturday background or something. Whatever, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Just a couple blocks there. A couple blocks there. Oh, now we need to fill in those gaps, but I bet there's torches in that. Yeah, there is. That makes things complex. Can we do over here? No, we can't. Okay, let's go to sleep. Let's grow our tree. We need another chest management stream. There were bones in the bottom left chest. As much as I hate mail, maybe I should make my own assistant email. Harrison Toycat at Gmail. Wait, Harrison's at gmail.com. That can be your email. Please do a Q&A. You know, I have a secret for you. I do a Q&A almost every Saturday. I call the series. I'm gonna call the series. It's this hot new idea. Q&A, 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 but on a Saturday. Okay, so I won't be able to, but bones and clay pots I think would be amusing. That is a good idea. I like that idea a lot. Let's make it happen. Okay, here we are, chat. It's happening. Let's go. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, we're gonna remove the webcam. This is now a 24-minute clip for Harrison to deal with later, so you know everyone should praise him. Okay, I brought some more bones. It's gonna go better this time, I think. And there we go. Look at that. So now there's just a random blue tree where there previously was a green one. I actually like it. I think it fulfills the exact same role. Really adds to the feel that this isn't just a Netherrack mountain. This is a Nether mountain, or potentially a Nether volcano later, huh? Okay, now I can press stop recording. Now I can put my webcam back on. And now I can retitle this. Redhead's a hot toy cat. I don't think that's a controversial opinion, right? I think that's like saying, oh yeah, I think that starving children shouldn't starve to death. And that, you know, the world could be a nicer place. If only we all got along. Okay, let's call this right here. Netherrack. What's it actually called? Nether Mountain Free. There we go. Nether Mountain Free. Oh no, Nether Mountain 4 I think it is. Yep, thank God. Okay, you know what? That video's gone somewhere now. We need a fake cave. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking is we should take this cave. You know what? Good idea, cat. Good idea, cat. Let's take the cave wherever that cave was before. What happens if we put bone meal on Netherrack? Oh, you can't. I was so curious about what happened. Okay, so let's see. I think there's a cave up here. No, I need a better cave than that. I want it to be like here. No, it's got to be an existing cave. It's just easier that way, right? Is there an easy to see cave from here? Oh, there we go. There's a Netherry cave. It should be giant though, actually. Yeah, there's my high quality idea. Let's make the cave giant, like overly sized giant. Like let's remove a bunch of stuff around her. Just all of the dirt. And then we'll later Netherrack the sides of it. And just make a giant like through tunnel to the other side. And that way you could use this to like... I'm not sure what you could use this for, but I think it's a great idea anyway. And then we remove a bunch of blocks, so it's easier to, like, Netherrackicize. Netherrackicize? Definitely a real word. Redheads being hot is a universal law. What about a lava fall? Yeah, I want to do something with lava coming from the inside. Like, again, I want to go for, like, a volcano. I feel like a lava fall is definitely a good part of that. I don't know where, I don't know when or what. But look, if I remove all the dirt, it looks more nethery because you can see the Netherrack on the other side. See, that's economizing right there. That's Toycat economizing. Is that a real word? Who knows for sure. And then we could also, like, follow the Netherrack around. Oh yeah, I like this, and we could, like, get through to the other side or something. Boom, there's a genius idea we could potentially pursue. Or we can just not. That's also an idea. For now, we'll just light it up. I definitely want to... Yeah, like, working on a big project can be hard. It's, like, daunting sometimes when you're like, oh, there's, like, a lot to go. So let's just for now leave this like this. Or let's re-Netherrack it on the outside, or, like, make it look like it's a nethery cave at bare minimum. And then the rest we can kind of work on as we go. So, like, a few blocks around there, up there, etc., etc. This is... Toycat is beautiful at designing caves. And now it should look... From most angles, it looks like a Netherrack cave. But now it's starting to look like not one. In certain places again. So now we're going to have to, like, Netherrack the side of this a little bit. Okay, there we go. Very easy. Very simple. You know what, should we just cover this up too? Let's cover it up. Sure. There we go. And then we got to do the other side of this. Mine a few of these blocks. Gets kind of messy, but it's okay. And then Netherrack, 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 Netherrack. And now that should look better from the outside for now, just like as a temporary stopgap. Yeah, you can't tell that's not Netherrack till right over here, which is not most angles. Thank you, Captain Yaya, for becoming a channel member. I love your I love that you've got, like, the captain, the theme going pretty serious there. You got a little anchor. Thank you very much for becoming a channel member. Really appreciate it. Hope you have a great day. Or, at bare minimum, not a bad one. That's all I hope for. Okay, so we're going to cover this block here. Just jump up to here, jump to there, jump to there. Just cover up that block in the wall. Honestly, same with these ones. Like, it's fun to have them there, but we'll just cover them. No one will even notice. And then let's go to that little gap we accidentally left somehow. Very easy to fix. Just gotta push the chicken into the desert. Very easy. Only 3 days left to buy your own longboi. Exactly. Do you want to go to makeshift? Click the link in the description, and you can get yourself a longboi. What is a longboi, I hear you asking? It's the cutest thing that has ever existed or will ever exist in future. As a British person, what are your thoughts about the monarchy? I've been obsessing over them since I binge-watched The Crown. It's interesting because the monarchy is, like, seen as a very important thing. And I guess I don't hate the history aspect of the monarchy so much. Like, it's one of those things where, like, if it wasn't around, no one would invent it today. Does that mean it's inherently bad always? A part of me leans towards yes, even though I don't know if I believe it, you know? So I kind of just fall down like, you know, I don't care. Like, I know that's, like, not a fun opinion. Like, not caring is such an easy opinion to have. Oh. That was a fun thing to happen to a sheep. Also, the green screen is, do you see that there? It, like, undid itself for a second. What happened? Is it because, like, I went too high up, too low down? Why am I hunching so much? Why is my camera wanting me to, like, be all the way up here? Just point you back downwards, huh? Great tourist attraction, says Bearded Wanderer. I mean, people say it's a tourist attraction, but, like, people visit countries that don't have royals for the X. Like, we could still use the X royals as a tourist attraction, right? So that's like a big argument against it. I know it's one of those things you can endlessly debate. Like, the reality is it's like, it's a weird thing, and it's easier just to pretend that it's not so terrible. And like, because they spend their time they use the PR that they're gifted by just being born generally to help on good things, right? I mean, and sometimes enriching themselves if they are maybe more modern members of the family, who knows? I don't know. But like, people love them. The number of clickbait articles out there that are just based on, here's a crazy thing that like, there's just a certain intrigue around someone being important for importance sakes. Imagine your life and family being a tourist attraction. That is the weirdest thing, that like, one of the things that is like saving them at any given point in time is like, oh, good thing tourists love us. It's like that. Like, you know how did your stomach stay happy when you came home? It didn't, by the way. Also, after COVID BS, will you do a fan meetup? Like, everyone always says, like, so you should do a fan meetup. It's like, what would that mean? What would that entail, you know? Like, one of the things I've always thought is a cool idea is, like, doing some form of show. You know, like how comedians or, like, artists tour. I think I would enjoy that. But, like, when people say meetup, I assume, like, go to a public park somewhere and say hello to a bunch of people. And it's like, that sounds like my personalized version of hell. Right? Like, I don't know how you balance that. Balance those two things and find the right fit. Like, meeting subscribers is like a scary thing. Because, you know, like, these are, like, most people are like, yeah, I understand. You know, you're a person on the internet. But some people are like, ooh, this is my best friend ever. I know no one as well as I know Toycat. He is my hero. If only he would put his face in my belly button, then all of a sudden all my life's problems would be solved. That's right, I'm gonna make him do it. You know, I watch his videos. Why won't he put his face in my belly button? I just want him to smell it. It smells. I'm gonna not clean it for 3 weeks just so he can smell a particularly stenchy one. And it's like, I don't want this. You know, can you please clean your belly button? It's good for you. All he do is make fun of your names. What I do like is conventions, though. Like, you know, because obviously, like, I don't know if I do well. Like, what would I do to a group of people? You know, that's a thing. But I think what I would enjoy is, like, if there are conventions, if there's a Minecraft convention, I'd love to just meet people at that, because you can always get away by being like, sorry, producer wants me to go backstage. What, you're not going backstage? You don't have a producer? Oh, guess I'm gone. You know, like, you just need someone in authority to be like, sorry, you've got to go. And everyone's like, oh, guess that's how that works. That's my favorite thing about conventions. Is like, if people don't respect your boundaries, they at least respect the event. In some way, it seems. You know, like the stereotype about mothers taking their children to YouTubers' houses? Like, you know, very not good. But you know, you need like a social stigma for them to be like, oh, this is bad. You'll get told off by the nice security man if you try that, huh? Is it really hard to use an Elytra on mobile, or do I just have no clue? Honestly, I've never even tried to use an Elytra on my phone. I'm so curious as how that would go if I tried it, now that you ask. Huh. I'm going to try to play Terra Swoop Force on my phone now. Also, we've ran out of Netherrack. I haven't yet, but also I have. You know how I said this was the last one ever? I'm beginning to think that I lied to you, chat. I'm beginning to think that maybe that wasn't untruth. I mean, at least it's very clear what I have to do now, right? It's very clear. It might take some time, but it's very clear about that. Okay, so I don't know if you saw my dono, but I can't do more, so yeah. It says Eden KL. If you want to send something to me, send it to toycatassistant@gmail.com. She sends the good stuff to me, and then doesn't send the bad stuff. It's a good system we've got going on. You have some more in the nether chests. I have another few stacks. I might have to go do a little bit of like specific mining. We should do that in the future. I think that'd be fun. I bet you do it for a £50 access fee. Says LR. See, a £50 access fee to a meetup would just be me being like, okay, I'm getting paid £50 an hour to do my own version of personal hell. Would I do that? Maybe that says more about me than it does about the concept. Yeah, I like conventions because it's easy to be like in, out. You don't like if it's all about me, why am I leaving? Because I don't mind people in medium to small size doses. But when people are like, oh, so you're gonna hang out all evening now, right? It's like, oh, maybe not that actually. Maybe not that. Anyway, dude, try making a redstone tunnel bore. That's a fun idea, Zachoink. You know what else is a fun idea? That's the end of the stream. Anyway, thank you very much for watching today's video. I hope you have a very good day, and you subscribe with notifications, perhaps, so you can see more of these. Will I be streaming tomorrow? I think yes. What do you think? You tell me. Okay, thank you for watching. I'll see you all in... Oh god, I've got so much garbage to clear out. Also, I'm gonna go pick up my shulker box. I don't know where I left it, but I'm gonna go pick up some more Netherrack, and then we're like, what, like one more stream away? One last one of these, you know what? It'll be fine. I'll see you maybe tomorrow, maybe on the 2nd of January. I don't even know.